guys are sick. You're all sick. Just kidding. No.
Sick with talent. What? Yep.
Yes. It's like that, slang. Dude, this is so sick, man. You guys are so sick.
We're sick and dying, and we need the people of Law and Order to come solve our pending deaths.
Dying for acting roles, dying for reading, dying for Table Read Tuesday.
Exactly.
So today we are reading The Big Sick. Great movie, broke a lot of standard rules on them, the people who created this movie, and it's out there, and we'll talk about that more in the after discussion, hopefully. But for now, we're going to read this. We're going to introduce the cast, which you shall see is a pretty, white complected cast, and we would like more diversity. We have reached out to some, but we are thankful and appreciative of the volunteers we have to read this amazing script. We wouldn't want to miss out on this great story and this great script because of our limited resources. So thank you for being with us, and I apologize as always for any mispronunciations I do or others. And so let's get started. Angelina Peterson, please introduce yourself.
Sure, I'm Angel or Angelina, and I'm going to be reading Mary Emily Navid Khadija. Was it Petra?
Yeah.
Khadija, Nurse Judy, Samara, and Stu.
All right. And I will be reading Asmat and Terry and Vicky.
Hi, I'm Vicky Dites. I'm from Penhold, Alberta. And tonight I will be reading Kumail. I'm very excited about that.
Awesome. And Petra Stedman.
Hi, Petra Stedman, stateside actress, and I will be reading Andy, CJ, Siri, Fatima, Zubaida, Sam, Beth, and the Heckler. So Angel gets to be my daughter today. Yay!
And action descriptions on top of it.
Oh, and action descriptions.
No.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm telling everybody what they're doing. So that's always fun. Bring it on.
And correcting our mispronunciations.
And we have the great Heather Lee Cameron.
Hi, my name is Heather Lee Cameron. I'm an actor, I'm a writer, I'm a creator, and I'm a student in family history research from Lethbridge, Alberta. I'll be reading Chris, Jesse, Charmaine, Yasmin, audience Denise, Bob Dalvin, Nurse Beth, Dr. Wright, Dr. Cunningham, Dr. Whalen, Dr. Spellman.
Wow. All right, and there's going to be hopefully links for all these amazing actors in the descriptions below, and you can like, subscribe, and share to come back and see all these amazing people every week. And we'll talk more about them and where you can find them also after the reading. But for now, we shall begin The Big Sick. So when you're ready, Petra, take us away.
Okay. The Big Sick by Emily V. Gordon and Kumail Nanjiani. Over black, we hear audience laughter. Give it up for my man, Mr. Kumail Nanjiani!
Hello, I grew up in Pakistan, and people are always asking me, what was that like? Really not that different from here. I mean, we play cricket, which is just a spicier version of baseball. And we prayed a lot. Well, not a lot, just 5 times a day. And we marry someone our parents find for us. Well, arranged marriage, For me, it was probably that we got episodes of the A-Team a little bit later. And by a little bit later, I mean, we got episode 2 we just got episode 2. But other than that, it was exactly the same.
The credit sequence plays. Kumail drives an Uber around Chicago with various passengers in the backseat. Interior triple door, present day and night. Kumail walks into the comedy club as Mary is doing a set on stage. Chris intercepts Kumail as he walks backstage.
There's no bad crowds, dude. Only bad comedians.
Oh, you complain about the crowd like all the time.
Yeah, but that's when they're really bad.
So like 90% of the time, they're really bad?
Will you just watch and give me notes tonight? If we both give each other notes, I think it would be helpful.
Your notes are just to add more fox into the bit.
That's just a funny word. Soft on the top and it's hard on the end.
Well,
Mary walks off the stage and sits on the couch next to CJ.
That was truly horrible.
hey, that was great.
No, he didn't even crack a smile. I thought I was going to puke.
Who?
Bob Delavan.
Who's Bob Delavan?
Bob Delavan works for the Montreal Comedy Festival, you fucking doof. Don't you want to get noticed? Move to LA? Hang out with Elijah Wood and shit? Andy Dodd, the coked up MC, appears out of the bathroom. No one's on stage?
No.
Dodd rushes on stage.
He might have been doing cocaine.
Was he doing cocaine recreationally?
A true cokehead.
Dodd jumps up on stage. Now, before I bring up my next guy, you know tonight is Jello Shot Tuesday! Woo! And we all know what happens after 8 Jello shots. We urinate all over ourselves and puke. So, I'm going to bring up our next comic. You know this man. Chris slaps his own face.
Confidence, poise, smile.
Give it up for Mr. Chris Jones! Chris walks on stage.
He's like if a serial killer fucked an inspirational speaker.
He's like Daniel Day-Lewis, except he sucks.
Just bought a laser printer. Printed out like 6 lasers so far.
DJ Kumail and Mary watching Chris's set. Andy Dodd saunters backstage.
Hey, Dodd, Delavan's in the crowd tonight. Could I do 10?
No, 5 minutes. You put out chairs, you get 5 minutes. You know the deal.
Come on, man. I'll double it up next time.
No. Dodd walks back into the bathroom.
Hey, what are you gonna do in there?
I'm making up next week's schedule.
Okay, cool.
Interior triple door later. CJ is on stage crushing it. Kumail and Mary watch from the wings. So, I was in bed with my girlfriend, and I'm trying to mansplain to her that, okay, you know, we're on one little rock orbiting a star in a galaxy of a billion stars in a universe full of a billion galaxies. So I forgot your birthday. Who gives a shit? You are cosmically overreacting to this. Honestly, you're just being super selfish. I mean, you're right, but you're super selfish. Kumail looks out at the crowd. Delavan enjoys CJ's set. Interior triple door later. Kumail puts his recorder on his stool, presses record, and starts his set.
Hey, have you guys heard of this new drug cocktail called cheese? I saw these news reports, so I looked up what cheese is. And cheese is a mixture. Cheese is Tylenol PM and heroin. So really, it's heroin. Heroin's doing the heavy lifting. Just do the heroin. It's very powerful. You already have heroin.
Kumail looks to see if Bob Delavan is laughing. He's not there. He's in the back talking to CJ. Fuck.
Is Pakistan in the house?
Offstage, a woman woohoos! Kumail looks out to the crowd and sees Emily, late 20s, white, with a streak of blue in her hair. She sits at a table with a few friends.
You're not from Pakistan. I would have noticed you.
She smiles. Crowded bar scene after the show. Kumail, Chris, Mary, and CJ hang out at the bar.
He just gave you Montreal? Like you don't have to showcase or audition or anything?
It was too easy. Like, I wanted to struggle, man. I wanted a story to be able to tell on talk shows. And instead, it's like, I mean, you guys do not know how hard it is not to struggle. It is a struggle succeeding so effortlessly.
Did he say anything about me?
Sure.
What about me?
Both of you. He said those guys performed.
I truly hate you. Actually.
Oh, we all hate you.
Kumail walks over to Emily and her friend Jessie, talking loud over the music.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Kumail.
Yeah, we know.
We saw you perform.
Yeah. Now that the niceties are out of the way, I have to tell you that when you yelled at me, it threw me off. You really shouldn't heckle comedians. It's so rude.
I didn't heckle you. I just woohooed you. It was supportive.
Okay. Well, that's a common misconception. Yelling anything at a comedian is considered heckling. Heckling doesn't have to be negative.
So if I yelled out, "You're amazing in bed," that would be a heckle?
Yeah. It'd be an accurate heckle.
Wow. Goodbye.
Jessie walks away.
Don't go. You scared my friend off now.
Oh, what's your name?
Emily?
Kumail writes Emily's name in Urdu on a napkin.
I want to show you something, Emily. This is your name in Urdu.
Emily picks up the napkin and looks at it.
Whoa. Does this move work?
I've had some minor successes with it.
Oh, bull.
Interior triple door bar later. Kumail and Emily are still at the bar.
So, you came to a comedy show with your friends.
Yeah, we're all grad students at U of C.
Oh, what are you studying at grad school?
I study psychology. I'm going to be a therapist.
Oh, so you're going to sit on a couch and ask people, how does that make you feel?
Eventually. Right now, I'm doing field work with a group of guys convicted of domestic violence.
Oh, Jesus.
Cheers to that.
Oh, wow. No, don't cheers to that. To you becoming a therapist.
Great. To me getting my master's. We'll start there and we'll go to the rest of it.
Interior Kumail's apartment later. Kumail and Emily walk in. It's typical bachelor pad boy house. Milk crates for furniture, mess everywhere, no art on the walls. Chris is sitting on the couch watching TV.
So my roommate Chris is probably on the couch. He's going to try and start a conversation. So no matter what, do not engage, okay? Let's go.
Hi.
Emily and Kumail walk by Chris, avoiding eye contact. Kumail closes the bedroom door behind him.
Good for him.
Interior Kumail's bedroom continuous. Kumail's bed is an inflatable air mattress. There are clothes everywhere.
Do you want to watch a movie?
Sure. Should I just put my stuff down or?
Oh, yeah. I would say it's safe. Oh, you know what? Go for that area. I cleaned that earlier this year.
Kumail points to a corner of the room covered in dirty clothes.
Should I take my shoes off or is this a shoes on bed?
Oh, no, it's a shoes off bed. I have strict rules.
Emily crawls onto the air mattress.
Oh, wow. It's totally an inflated mattress.
Yeah. Did you think it would be a flat inflatable mattress?
I did think it might be an actual mattress.
Well, air mattresses are actual mattresses. You're being bigoted towards air-based comfort items.
Kumail picks up the remote and turns on the TV. Night of the Living Dead is playing.
Ooh, Night of the Living Dead.
Sure. I haven't ever seen that movie.
Okay, so basically the dead start rising and the good guys,
They eye each other flirtatiously, laugh, lean in, and kiss. Interior Kumail's living room. Chris hits the Siri button on his iPhone.
Text Lauren. You up, girl?
What do you want to say to Warren?
No. Flip.
Chris hits the Siri button again. What do you want to say to?
You up? Period. Send.
That may be beyond my abilities at the moment.
Flip.
Interior Kumail's bedroom night. Kumail and Emily are postcoital.
What are those scars?
oh, they're a smallpox vaccination.
I thought only old people had those.
Oh, well, I'm from Pakistan. We're still fighting some battles you guys have already won.
What were you like in high school? Were you like super funny? Were you really smart?
I was very shy. They called me Kashmule.
What is that?
It roughly translates to dweeb. I'll show you a picture.
Kumail flips through his phone and produces his old high school photo, shows it to her.
Have you in high school? Oh my God.
Boom.
No.
And I'm thinking I'm killing it right now.
What inspired this haircut?
Hugh Grant.
Oh no. And you're so serious.
I read an interview with Hugh Grant. He said he doesn't smile because it makes his face look fat. So I didn't smile in pictures for many years. What were you like in high school? Were you voted most sexy?
No. I was voted most noticeable.
Oh, that's good.
No, it's really not good. I had acne and I was a goth and I had this terrible perm. The kids called me Beetlejuice. I don't know why. Actually, no, I do know why. It's because they thought I looked like Beetlejuice. I think I'm done with this subject. In fact, I think I'm going to go home.
Emily gets up, pulling the blanket with her to hide her body. Kumail holds on to it, stopping her progress.
Wait, we haven't even had sex again yet.
She tugs the blanket. He lets go. She dresses behind it.
No, I'm really not that kind of a girl. I only have sex once on the first date, plus a hand job.
Well, I haven't had that yet.
Emily laughs.
No, you don't get that because you made fun of me.
Oh, what is happening right now? What are you doing?
I'm changing under this blanket.
I've seen everything. Do you remember? We were just having sex.
Yeah, but I think you were in the throes of passion then. Listen, I had a really nice time. Thank you very much. I'm just going to go call an Uber and go home.
Emily pulls out her phone, calls an Uber. Kumail's phone makes a noise. They exchange a look.
Your driver will be ready as soon as he puts his pants on.
Were you available for rides the whole while we were screwing?
Yeah, but I only looked a couple of times.
Interior Kumail's car later. Kumail Ubers Emily home. Emily sits in the back.
So maybe I'll run into you at the club sometime and we can grab a drink.
I'm not really. I know this sounds like a line, but I'm not really dating right now. I have a lot on my school and work, and a lot of school and work, and just a lot on my plate.
That's perfect because I'm not really dating right now either. I actually have a pretty strict two-day rule where I can't see someone more than 2 days in a row. So since we hung out for 2 days, if I were to see you again, which I won't because you're not dating, I'm not dating, I wouldn't be able to see you until Monday.
We haven't hung out for 2 days. We've hung out for like 4 hours. Just to be totally clear.
Yesterday and today, because it's after midnight. Today is actually tomorrow. Earlier tonight was yesterday, so 2 days.
You see, I don't date time nerds, so that really takes you off the table.
Well, that works out because I am a hardcore time nerd.
Yeah, I can tell.
I'm very strict about AM PM stuff.
So wait, just to establish, what did we just decide?
We decided we aren't ever going to see each other again.
Great. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Interior Kumail's parents' dining room brunch. Kumail is eating brunch with his father Azmat, his mother Sharmeen, his brother Naveed, and his sister-in-law Fatima.
Look at these jeans, Kumi. They're from Citizens of Humanity. That's the brand's name. Touch them. They're so soft.
I don't want to touch your jeans.
They're like sweatpants. You should be very stylish like your father. It's not very difficult. Just observe me.
Get some daddy style.
Oh, Kumi, why don't you grow a beard? Not like Naveed's, just a small one.
Maybe like mine, small, stylish.
Kumi, I've been thinking, why don't you enroll for LSAT now?
Yeah, sorry, Ma, I haven't done it yet. I like that you bring it up as though you've never brought it up before.
How's the stand-up coming by?
Oh, it's going fine.
Since when are you someone to stand up? You know who I think should stand up is Malala. She has something to say.
Malala.
She does open mics and she crushes. Lots of ethnic material, which I think is a crutch. And that one story gets a lot of play, but
You should be on that show Saturday Night Live.
SNL.
oh, that's a great idea. I should email them. I don't know why I hadn't thought of that.
You know, I hacked into your cousin Rihan's Facebook account.
You hacked into it?
Yes, they were not accepting friend requests, so I had to hack into it, and I discovered he and that white woman he is living with are having a baby.
They're married.
Yeah, whatever. And then I hacked into Tumblr, and I discovered that they named him Davi. Can you imagine?
Dave. It's probably Dave.
Yeah, it's Dave.
Dave, yes, Dave.
Very, very, very sad. No one is going to visit that baby. That baby, mark my words, will grow up without a family.
It's like he's dead, or worse.
It's very sad. Kumi, go pray now so we can eat ice cream. Go! That Janama is downstairs.
Hurry up, Yar. Ice cream.
Kumail leaves the room. Interior Kumail's parents' basement day. Kumail sets a stopwatch for 5 minutes. He unfolds a folded up prayer mat, stands beside it, looks on his phone. Kumail's stopwatch goes off. He folds up his mat. Interior Kumail's parents' dining room moments later. Kumail is back. Everyone is eating ice cream.
My mother used to make the best kulfi. Your grandmother.
I think ice cream is better than kulfi.
No, no.
Doorbell rings.
Oh, I wonder who that could be.
Charmaine goes to the door.
I'm guessing it's a young single Pakistani woman who just happened to be driving by our house, which is in a cul-de-sac, and I'm also guessing that the phrase dropped in will be said in the next 10 seconds.
10,
10, 9,
9, 8,
8, 7. Charmaine enters with a dressed up pretty Pakistani girl, Zubaida, 20s.
Everyone, this is Zubaida. She just dropped in.
Salam.
Ma'akalim salam.
Salam.
Please sit.
Zubaida sits next to Kumail and hands him a headshot. Here, Kumail, for your files. Your X-Files. That's your favorite show, isn't it?
Thank you so much.
The truth is out there. Nervous laughter all around.
It's from the show, and thank you.
Interior Kumail's house Kumail's house later. Carmine and Kumail are seeing Zubaida out.
Oh, I hope you come back.
Zubaida exits. Charmaine looks at Kumail expectantly.
Kumi, there's not going to be a magic spark, okay? You have to work at it. You have to stay open.
Okay, Ma. Yeah. I just wish you were better at it. You know, I mean, you've had so much practice and you're still not that good at it. You brought your A game with Naveed, but then with me, you're kind of just phoning it in a little bit.
Again with the comedy. All the time with the comedy. Be serious.
I am serious. That's why I want to help you get better.
Interior Kumail's apartment later. Kumail puts the headshot in the cigar box with a bunch of other pictures of Pakistani women. Interior Kumail's car later. Kumail drives Emily. She's in the back seat again.
So, you ever gonna let me sit in the front seat?
No, I'm a professional and you're paying for this ride.
I don't want to pay for this ride. It's surging right now.
Yeah, sorry. You shouldn't have typed in the number.
Interior Kumail's apartment later. Emily and Kumail are sitting in front of the TV on the couch.
Okay, the year is 1969. MGM has had a string of failures. So it turns out its most bankable star, Vincent Price.
Is this your compatibility test, like the way people are with Vonnegut or the Big Lebowski?
No, just watch the movie and take it seriously.
I'm going to love it. I love it when men test me on my taste.
I just want to share this movie with you, so I don't know why you're reading into...
How many women have you shown this movie to?
0.
How many women have you shown the B horror movie to on like a third date?
This is not a B horror movie.
Emily laughs.
Okay, you ready? Just close your eyes, because when the menu comes up, there's some spoilers in the menu.
I'm ready.
Okay, I'll hit play.
Later, Kumail checks out Emily's reaction. She doesn't seem into it.
Watch.
I'm watching.
Shh, watch this part.
Stop watching me.
Emily yawns.
No, are you tired? We can watch it later.
No, I just have that weird yawning thing that happens when you're watching a really boring film.
It's not boring. Wait for it to kick in. The plot kicks in really soon.
Later, Kumail and Emily make out. In the background, Vincent Price exacts his revenge. Exterior, Emily's apartment building later. Kumail walks Emily to her front door.
That was fun. Thanks for the ride, but we gotta stop doing this.
Yeah.
I know you've said that before, but I really do mean it. I can't be doing this right now.
I know, totally. 100% I agree with you.
So don't call me again.
I won't, I promise.
Good luck on all your future endeavors.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Hey, can we have an awkward hug before we part forever?
Okay.
Okay.
Kumail goes in for an awkward hug.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Emily goes inside. Kumail calls her immediately. She answers and they talk to each other through the door.
Oh, you just promised to never call me again.
It's really cold out here. It's so cold.
You make a pretty good point.
She opens the door. Kumail goes in.
It's a lot warmer in here.
It is warmer in here.
You know, it's really nice upstairs.
Is it?
Hmm.
Song plays. Falling in love montage. Emily's apartment. Emily is reading the DSM-5 on the couch with her legs draped over Kumail while he listens to a stand-up set taking notes. Emily plays footsie with Kumail. They both laugh. Kumail's parents' house. Kumail's family is eating dinner. The doorbell rings and Charmine stands up to get the door. Kumail's apartment. Kumail puts another headshot in the cigar box along with the other pictures of Pakistani women. Kumail's parents' house. Kumail's family is again having dinner. The doorbell rings again. Kumail's apartment. Another headshot goes into the cigar box. Kumail's apartment. Kumail and Emily snuggle in bed. Emily's apartment. Kumail and Emily play footsie on her couch. Kumail's parents' house. Kumail is mid-sip of water when he hears the doorbell ring. Kumail's apartment. Another headshot into the cigar box. End montage. Interior triple door bar later. Emily with Kumail and his friends CJ and Mary. So Emily, has Kumail told you that in addition to being an Uber driver, he also has a one-man show?
No, he did not tell me that. Do you really?
Oh, it's really nothing. It's just something I'm fiddling around with.
How's a one-man show different from stand-up?
It's really not.
There's lots of wigs and costume changes.
There's a lot of acting in it.
And then like at the end of it, you've got this very awkward conversation where you go, I really liked it.
But I thought you really liked it.
I really liked it.
I can't wait. Oh,
I can't wait to see the show.
you will never see the show.
You have to see the show.
You have to see it.
It's not ready.
You will love the acting.
They're fucking with you. It's not really like that.
Are they effing with me or you? It seems like they're effing with you.
Interior playground theater stage night. Tiny theater, sparsely attended. Emily, her friend Jessie, Mary, and CJ. On the stage is a kid's room, a Ninja Turtles poster, a prayer mat.
I'm 12 years old. This is home. Feels like I never left. Do you smell that? That's my mom cooking the Rogan Josh.
Fuck.
Do you hear that? That's my father watching cricket on the telly. Do you feel that? That's the weight of Pakistan's history.
Time cut to a map of Pakistan is behind Kumail.
Pakistan was formed when it separated from its biggest rival, India, on August 14th, 1947.
Time cut to Kumail now wears cricket pads and holds a bat.
6 runs.
Time cut to Kumail pulls up a diagram of a cricket field.
Silly mid-on, short mid-wicket, mid-wicket, deep mid-wicket, mid-on, long off.
CJ stretches in the audience.
I have to leave as soon as the show's over. I can't stay.
Emily nods in understanding.
So, if you get a silly mid on fielder, you know you're getting a Yorker soon.
Not to be confused with a wicked googly. Anyway, time cut to return to the map of Pakistan.
So to review, Pakistan's biggest exports are cotton and
Concrete!
Kill me. Time cut to Kumail wearing a shalwar kurta.
Eid Mubarak. That's our Christmas. Except instead of the traditional Christmas ham, we serve mithai, which my Kansama, Chris, will serve to you right now. Kansama is Urdu for servant.
Chris hands out sugary white chalk cubes on a tray.
If you'd like to make it at home, the main ingredients are condensed milk, sugar, and love. At least that's what my mom's recipe says.
Hey, you look like a child's toy from Malaysia.
Now all rise for the Pakistani national anthem.
All stand with their hands over their hearts as Kumail sings. Interior backstage later. Emily meets Kumail backstage. She wears a sweatshirt with brains on it.
Hey,
Hey, so what did you think?
I thought it was great.
Yeah?
I never knew that Pakistan had the world's largest irrigation system.
Yeah. Something like 14 million hectares are being irrigated. As soon as I read that, I was like, oh, that's going in the show.
CJ and Mary appear behind them. Hey, man, you were in the zone, man. That was the best one we've seen.
Yeah, that was so honest and good.
And you know what I realized like halfway through? You're from Pakistan. Good to see you, Emily.
Bye, guys.
Keep up the, they exit.
Well, they seem to like it.
Oh, they're so nice.
So, really, what did you think? It's a work in progress.
I really liked it. I learned a lot about Pakistan and cricket, all those positions, but I just wish that I learned more about you. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Interior Kamal's bedroom late night. Kamal is asleep. Emily is awake. She looks over at Kamal and very silently, guiltily crawls out of bed. Interior Kamal's living room continuous. Emily sneaks past Chris, who is passed out on the couch, and goes into the bathroom. Interior Kamal's bedroom continuous. Emily looks around Kamal's bedroom for something. She starts putting her clothes on. Kamal wakes up.
Hey,
Oh, hi.
it's 3 a.m.
Is that diner around the corner open?
It's 24 hours. Why? You want an old lemon meringue pie?
You're so funny. Actually, no, I really need to get a cup of coffee.
I can make you coffee.
I love diner coffee, that burnt taste.
All right, I'll come with you.
No. Why would you do that?
It's a bad neighborhood. I'm not going to let you go out on your own.
Why? Because I'm a woman? Seriously? That's the most misogynistic thing I've ever heard.
Why are you being so weird?
F you, I'm not being weird.
You're being weird.
F you. You're being weird. You're being so weird.
How am I weird? I want to sleep while it's sleep time.
This is normal. Girls go to get coffee in the middle of the night. Have you never had a girlfriend before? This is what it's like.
Are you okay?
Everything's not okay. Everything's not okay.
You can tell me anything. You know that, right? You can tell me anything.
I have to take a crap, okay? I have to take a huge effing dookie. I can't take a poo in your bathroom because you don't have any matches and you don't have any air freshener. What kind of person doesn't have matches or air freshener in the bathroom? The walls are so thin and Chris is right out there. Please stop laughing. Please.
Okay. I have an idea.
Exterior Kamal's house moments later. Kamal sits on the stoop outside. After a beat, Emily sheepishly walks out and sits next to him.
How are you?
I do not want to talk about it.
Interior batting cages day. Naveed fully geared up. Batting helmet, gloves, elbow pad, eye black. Kamal behind the backstop watching.
Watch and learn by. It's all about shifting weight and torque.
A ball zings at Naveed. He misses it completely.
Ah, jeez.
Oh,
Another ball zings. Misses again.
you're like a Pakistani Sammy Sosa.
An 8-year-old kid in a cage nearby cracks a clean hit.
Hey, he's pretty good. Just do what he's doing.
Naveed throws down his bat and exits the cage. Interior batting cage snack shack later. Kamal and Naveed eat from Tiffin's and Ramekins. They fork fight over it.
Mine.
Oh, come on.
Mine.
These cookies are really good.
The biscuits. Listen to yourself. You hardly sound Pakistani. Cookies? You sound like Julia Louis-Dreyfus. You're such a burger.
I'm not a burger.
Yes, you are. You're a big fat burger.
I'm not a burger. And biscuit is actually a British term.
Well, thank you for that information that no one gives a crap about, and you should listen to your mom and grow a beard.
It gets really itchy. I've tried. It's all patchy.
Try being a man and conditioning like I do.
What's the whole thing with Muslims growing beards anyway? It's such an arbitrary thing. Like, we decided that? Oh, we have to have beards.
Yeah, there are a billion of us, and you're the only one with the truth. Is that right? The sun is just shining down on you right now. It's just parting like,
You know, I have to tell you something, Guy.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah.
It's I've been dating this girl.
Gotcha.
She's white.
I thought you were going to say you were involved with a hit and run or you got caught forging some checks, but a white girl? Huh, such a cliche.
Sorry. A white family stares in their direction.
It's okay. We hate terrorists.
Listen, I understand. You're in America. You want to mow a few lawns and see what that's like, but eventually you're going to have to marry a Pakistani girl. Like, I hang out with other girls, but then I married Fatima. We hardly spoke 2 words to each other the first few months, but now Kumi, she's like my best friend. You have to break up with her immediately.
If I find someone who's as good for me as Fatima is for you, Mom would understand, right? I mean, she wouldn't love me less.
Oh, she would definitely love you less. Slowly. You'd sort of, what's the word when guys stop returning girls' calls?
Ghosting?
Yes. You have to end it now or Mom will effing ghost you.
Naveed gets up.
Now, come on.
He exits, leaving Kumail alone at the table. Interior grad party later. Kumail and Emily are sipping wine out of plastic cups.
Getting a lot of bright fruit. I'd say it's very fruit forward.
Uh-huh. It tastes like grape juice that's gone bad. How do you know so much about wine?
Because I was pretty unhappy in my first marriage and I drank a lot. And one way to cover drinking is to know a lot about wine.
I'm sorry, wait. What did you say?
But knowing a lot about wine sort of covers for drinking a lot.
No. The huge piece of information you're trying to blow right past.
Yeah, I was married.
You were married?
I was married. You want to talk about something else?
Yeah, because I don't really have any questions other than, when did you get married? When did you get divorced? What's his name? How tall is he? Did you love him? I guess I have a couple of questions.
His name is Ryan. We met in college. Everyone I knew was getting married super young, so we did. And one day I was at a restaurant and I saw this couple making out and I thought, I don't think about my husband like that, but I guess that's okay. And then another part of my brain was like, no, it's not okay. This is your life. I feel like this is freaking you out. Does this freak you out?
It's not freaking me out.
I don't want to put pressure on you. And I know it's only been a few months, but I just wanted to tell you that I am completely overwhelmed by you. It's the last thing I was expecting.
This is also the last thing I was expecting. And I also feel completely overwhelmed by you.
That's a weird thing to say.
Why? I just said what you said. Exactly what you said.
Yeah, but it wasn't weird when I said it. It's okay.
Might help if I take myself off mute, eh? Sorry about that. Interior Kamal's apartment night. Emily watches Kamal sleep. Interior Trader Joe's night. Emily and Kamal grocery shop.
So listen, my parents are coming to town this weekend. Maybe you want to come for lunch?
Oh, we can't because of the 2-day rule, right? You'll come to Mary's party Friday night, and then you'll probably spend the night. So I won't be able to see you until Monday, so...
Okay. Well, I would love to meet your parents. They live in the city, right?
Well, they live in the suburbs, you know. I don't really see them very much.
Have they asked about me? What do they think? Do they want to meet me? My parents want to meet you.
Of course, of course. They're dying to meet you.
Emily stumbles.
Oh my God.
Are you okay? What happened?
Totally fine.
Do you need assistance?
I just think I tweaked my ankle. I took this stupid hip hop dance class last weekend.
You should get it looked at. Do you want ice?
Look, I'm walking on it. I'm totally fine.
Can I get you a bag of ice? I can carry you. I can carry you the rest of the day.
Kumail, seriously, stop.
Interior Kumail's apartment next morning. Emily is eating cereal in bed. Kumail is in the kitchen making coffee.
Hey, I liked your friends. That Craig guy, or was it Greg? I can't tell you with those names. I'm glad I like him because I don't want to have to come up with excuses to avoid him, you know? Hey, like, oh no, I have kite surfing tonight.
Emily flips open the cigar box and sees the headshots of the women. She flips through them.
Did you know in the UK it's pronounced Craig, which is good because that's actually how it's written, right? He's a crate guy.
Kumail enters, sees her with the box.
I was going to tell you about that.
Are you like judging Pakistan's next top model or something? Seriously, who are these women?
You know how we have arranged marriages in my culture? These are those women.
These are women in Pakistan who want to marry you?
Well, they're not in Pakistan.
You've met these women?
Just with my parents. We haven't, like...
You're not serious about this, are you?
It's my mom's thing. I just go along with it.
So what does your mom think about you and me then?
Well, she doesn't know about...
She doesn't know about me, does she?
No.
Emily storms out of the bedroom. Interior Kumail's living room continuous.
Frickin' 5 months of red flags. Oh my God, I'm so stupid. You ducking my parents? My God, the 2-day rule. Seriously, red flag after red flag. Such a liar.
Emily storms back into the bedroom. Interior Kumail's bedroom continuous.
You lie to me. You lie to your parents. And those are just the people you like. Is there something that you're not lying to? Is there someone that you're not lying to? I'd love to meet them. Because then I could tell them what a frickin' liar you are.
You didn't tell me about your being divorced until recently. You were hiding fucking something too.
My divorce does not mean our future is impossible. It actually means the direct opposite. I'm not hiding anything from you, okay? I'm an open freaking book. You want to know what's in my cigar box? Stickers. Stickers and stamps.
Aren't you a therapist? Aren't you supposed to be good at handling these types of things?
Where are my freaking shoes?
Aren't you supposed to be handling this better than you are right now?
I'm expressing myself.
Emily storms back out of the bedroom. Interior Kumail's living room continuous. She grabs her shoes.
You know what we called arranged marriage in my culture, Emily? Marriage, okay? We just call it marriage. There's another type of marriage that's called love marriage, and that's bad. I mean, my cousin Rehan married an Irish woman, and he was kicked out of the family, and nobody is allowed to talk to him.
Why didn't you tell me any of this?
Because I didn't think you'd fucking understand, and I was fucking right.
You don't think I could fathom your life in any frickin' way?
I'm fighting a 1400-year-old culture, and you were ugly in high school. There's a big fucking difference. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't lose my family.
Can you imagine a world where we end up together?
I don't know.
I have to go. Don't frickin' call me.
Emily leaves. Interior Kumail's parents' house later. Kumail has family dinner with another Pakistani girl.
Multigrain, pumpernickel, pita bread, hot dog buns, croutons. I can't eat any of it.
Interior triple door later. Sam is on stage. And I am Sam. I don't want kids. People say, Sam, you're going to love it. You're going to have a kid. And he's going to be your best friend. Yeah, a best friend that pukes on you and shits everywhere and is constantly screaming. I already have friends like that. And people say, Sam. Kumail sits with CJ backstage. Look, I know your bones. Look, Emily's a good person. I'm not saying she's not. All I'm saying is this is the universe telling you, seize your moment. Be a little selfish. Pursue your career. Bob Gallivan's going to be here on Thursday. If you book the Montreal Comedy Festival, it could change things for you. You don't want to get stuck in Chicago. You don't want to be like Sam Highsmith. He's been doing the People Say Sam bit since '03. They look at Sam on stage. People say Sam. I mean, is that what you want? Is it?
It's amazing. It's the same material.
What do people say?
Sam!
People say what?
Sam!
I'm Sam Highsmith. Thank you very much. Sam exits the stage.
I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell him how I actually feel about it.
Sam passes.
Great set, dude.
CJ fist bumps Sam. Crushing it.
Love the new stuff.
Sam exits.
We should be ashamed of ourselves.
Yeah, we're weak. Interior Kamal's parents' house night. The family is in the living room with Khadija, another Pakistani girl.
I wouldn't really call it an obsession, but I'm pretty good at magic.
Ooh, can you make his belly disappear?
Oh, I'm too happy with my belly.
Does anyone have $1?
I'll give you something.
Asmat hands her a bill.
20, big spender. Andrew Jackson, don't you think he'd look cool with sunglasses?
She draws a pair of sunglasses on top of Andrew Jackson's head and folds the bill.
We sprinkle the magic dust on.
Khadija makes a sprinkling motion with her fingers over the folded up bill.
Yeah, you can't do it without the magic dust.
Yeah, I need it. All right.
She snaps her fingers.
Okay, watching carefully.
Khadija unfolds the bill. Andrew Jackson is now wearing the sunglasses. That's amazing! And he does look better with glasses.
How did you do that?
Oh no, a magician never reveals her tricks. Here's your 20 back, Mr. Najani. Najani.
Do you think I could use this $20 bill to buy something?
It looks better now, right?
Kumail shares a look with Charmin. Interior, Kumail's apartment, night interior. They put night in interior. Anyway, Kumail puts Khadijah's headshot in the cigar box. Interior, triple door, Saturday night. Kumail does stand up.
I was watching this monster movie with my friend, and he turned to me and was like, "What would you do in that situation?" And I'm never going to be one of the last guys alive. I'm going to be the first guy to die. I die so the other characters get to find out something weird is going on. I go off alone to find the cat.
Kumail sees Bob Dalavan at a table with CJ. Dalavan listens to Kumail's set and seems into it.
I never even find out that there were even monsters. To me, the plot of the movie was, we're at a research facility and the cat's missing. The end.
Interior, triple door, later that night. Kumail talks to Denise, writes her name on a napkin in Urdu. Chris and Mary are nearby.
Denise, this is your name in Urdu.
Oh, wow, that is so cool.
Bob Dalavan approaches.
Kumail? Hey, Bob Dalavan.
Yeah, I know you.
You had some very interesting premises in your set tonight.
Thanks.
I just wanted you to know that you made the finals for the Montreal Showcase.
Oh my God. Thank you.
You too. Mary, congrats.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see you guys up there. We'll be in touch. What about Steve-Dog? Who's that? Me. What about me? You know, funny stuff, okay?
Bob exits.
Do you want to go somewhere?
Yeah, let's go somewhere.
Interior, Kumail's apartment, night. Kumail is asleep in bed. Denise is asleep next to him. Close-up cell phone ringing. Unknown caller blinks on the screen. Kumail stirs awake.
Hello.
Kumail, it's Jessie.
Hey, who?
Jessie, I'm in school with Emily. Listen, Emily is in the hospital.
What?
Kumail jolts out of bed.
Could you just go, please? She needs someone there. We have exams tomorrow, so nobody else can go.
Kumail fumbles to get dressed as we cut to interior, exterior, Kumail's car later. Kumail drives in the middle of the night, empty streets.
She's still in the ER. Could you just go and sit with her? I was there for as long as I could, but it's a crazy time for all of us.
Exterior, City View Hospital later. A massive hospital looms over a quiet residential area. Interior, City View Hospital, emergency room night. Kumail walks up to the reception desk.
Hi, I'm looking for Emily Gardner. Emily Gardner? She was checked in.
A man is rolled in a stretcher by EMTs. The nurses run off. Interior hospital moments later. Kumail walks by curtained beds hearing screams, wailing, and moaning. He finally sees Emily in bed, hooked up to wires and monitors. She looks scared and a little sedated.
Hey,
What are you doing here?
Jesse called me and wanted me to make sure you were okay. So how are you doing?
Fine, totally fine. Never been better. 1000% fine. Just like fainted a little at work. I didn't have breakfast this morning.
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You know that.
Miss Gardner, your room will be ready soon, okay?
Oh, no, actually, I'd love to go home and sleep in my own bed.
Sir, can you step outside a moment, please? If you want to stay, you'll have to go to the security desk to get a pass.
Where's the security desk?
It's downstairs, exactly where you walked in, at the security desk.
The security desk is at the security desk. Oh, got it.
Interior Emily's ICU room later. Emily is propped up, Kumail next to her. He has a badge.
Can I get you something? Water, juice, coffee?
Emily is essentially passed out. Kumail isn't sure what to do. Nurse Judy brings in a doctor. Dr. Wright, 30s, looks over at Kumail.
May I speak with you for a second?
I'll be right back.
Interior ICU room hallway continuous. Kumail follows Dr. Wright to a busy hallway.
There is a massive infection in her lungs. All of her vitals are elevated. Does she have HIV?
What? No, I mean, she.
Are you her husband?
No.
We need to intubate her immediately. I need a family member to sign this. So I'm going to ask you again. Are you her husband?
What does intubate mean?
We have to put her on a respirator, and to do that, we need to put her in a medically induced coma.
Coma?
Yes, to stabilize her so we can work on the infection, and it needs to happen right now. So I'm going to ask you one last time. Are you her husband?
Kumail signs the forms. That is so freaking illegal. Anyway, interior hospital hallway moments later. Dr. Wright and orderlies rush Emily down the hallway on a gurney. Kumail runs with them, trying to keep up.
What's going on? Where are you taking me?
Emily disappears into an OR. Kumail watches doctors and nurses descend on her. Nurse Judy puts a hand on his arm.
You should call her family.
Interior Emily's ICU room. Kumail, freaked out, stares at Emily, hooked up to various wires on her arms and chest. He sees her purse and digs out her iPhone. It's locked. He looks over at Emily.
I'm sorry.
He puts her finger on the phone. It unlocks. Oh, are we taking a break?
We are, and I was announcing that, but I was muted. So it's intermission time. We're at page 48, and then we'll continue from here. Maybe even
And
from
we
here.
ended on the desecration of a comatose body. Oh my God.
It's not desecration. He literally, okay, my cousins do that with their siblings all the time. Or their significant others all the time. They unlock their phone in the middle of the night to play Candy Crush. Okay, he puts her finger on the phone, it unlocks. There you go. Now we take a break. Go from there.
Yeah, what's going to happen after you did that? Why did you do that? What's it going to look at? What's it going to do? All right, we'll find out on the 15. So,
Okay.
See you guys on the 15. All righty.
Gotta have some of this.
Oh,
All righty.
okay. Oh. I'm just gonna start with he puts his finger on the phone and then it unlocks. So
We've been here. Like this feels like the beginning of the scene. Like
it's the end of the end of it.
what happened?
What did you do?
Editing.
No! Hit undo! Hit undo! For the love of God, hit undo! What did you do? Oh, Jacob! Oh no! Fix it!
The world is ending.
I don't like it! I don't like it! Fix it!
Is this throwing you off? Is this like?
I don't like it!
All right. Ready? It's okay. Better.
Okay. You put. Do you want me to start from the up?
Yeah,
You can
good.
start.
This is fine.
Okay. He puts her finger on the phone. It unlocks. Interior hallway night. Kumail scrolls to parents on Emily's phone and dials. A woman's voice picks up. Hello?
Hey, Mrs. Gardner, this is Kumail, Emily's friend. I'm so sorry to be calling you so late. Emily's fine. I just wanted to get that taken care of. I mean, she's fine. She's at City View Hospital in Chicago in a medically induced coma. But the doctors say that, yes, I did say coma.
Interior Emily's ICU room later. Kumail sits in a chair looking at Emily, who is hooked up to a breathing machine. He dozes off. Interior Emily's ICU room next morning. Kumail sleeps. He wakes up to a couple sitting by Emily's bed. Terry, 50s rumpled, Beth, 50s put together.
Hey, I'm Kumail.
We know who you are, Kumail. They're clearly tired and terrified. Nurse Judy enters.
Mr. and Mrs. Gardner, the doctors would like to see you now.
Be right back. They leave. Kumail awkwardly follows them. Interior bereavement room moments later, Sunday morning. Kumail, Terry, and Beth sit. A waterfall coos. Meditations on the wall. Darkest nights produce the brightest stars. Grief is love's unwillingness to let go, etc.
Listen, the doctor will be here any minute. She's just running a little late. Don't read into anything. Don't read anything into this being the bereavement room. It was the only room we had available.
Okay. Thank you.
He exits. Terry nervously taps on his knees, annoying Beth. Terry, it's driving me insane, okay?
I know, but it makes me feel better.
The doctor walks in.
Hello.
Beth and Terry stand to greet her.
Please sit. I'm Dr. Cunningham, Emily's attending. I'll be coordinating all the doctors and orchestrating her treatment strategy.
All the doctors? How many are there?
5.
5. Why so many? Is that normal?
Yes, it's standard with patients in the ICU. We come at it from different angles.
When we cut back, it's a different person now, Dr. Lewin. Terry, Kumail, and Beth stay, but the doctors change.
We immediately initiated orthotracheal intubation. Thankfully, it hasn't affected her heart at this point.
Cut to Dr. Whelan.
We don't know the exact nature of the infection yet, but we've got her on a broad spectrum of antibiotics.
Cut to Dr. Platt.
Critical infection centering around the costodiaphragmatic.
Nice. Cut to Dr. Spellman.
Our theory is methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus.
Aureus. It's also known as MRSA for fun. Yay.
Hold on. Is this Staphylococcus with an F or a PH?
I'm not perfect at pronouncing it.
They're good. It's just PH.
Question.
That's a legit question in the script, sweetie.
That's a dialogue.
PH.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Montage of doctors babbling unintelligibly as Beth and Terry visibly panic. Interior waiting room. Moments later, Terry, Beth, and Kumail sit surrounded by kids with coloring books, adults with magazines, various chargers plugged into the wall. These are the people who wait.
Well, that was very reassuring, wasn't it? I mean, apparently there are good and bad comas, and the kind that they put her in, the medically induced ones, are definitely the good kind of coma. Like, you know, how there are good and bad carbs. Gremlins, well, those can be good or bad.
Listen, Kumail, we're going to handle things from here. You've been very helpful. Thank you for signing the thing.
My pleasure.
But you can go now.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, peace in the Midwest, Mideast, and okay.
He picks up his backpack and exits. Interior triple door backstage that night. Kumail, Mary, Chris, CJ, and Sam sit with notebooks open.
What about this? I saw a sniffer dog at the airport get a boner. Does that mean drugs or bombs?
That's good, man. What if instead of it being at the airport, you quit comedy and never did comedy ever again?
Oh, screw you. It's a good bit.
I mean, just for the sake of the public, just so they wouldn't have to look at your face or hear your words, you know? Kumail interjects.
It's okay that I'm not there, right? Like, I don't need to be there, right?
What happened?
He put his girlfriend in a coma, you know, the way you do.
He signed a paper that allowed doctors to put her,
He suggested it.
She's going to be fine. I mean, she's going to be fine. They said she's going to be fine. I mean, doctors know medical stuff. That's what doctors do. They're good at medical stuff. This is a medically induced coma, and this is their specialty.
Maybe.
It might be a good thing. She might wake up with a new skill. Like my cousin blacked out once, and when he came to, he thought he knew a different language.
Did he?
No, it was just gibberish that he made up. It was brain damage.
CJ and Mary shake their heads. Kumail looks freaked out. I got another Taco Bell one. Interior hospital waiting room Monday morning. Terry and Beth wait. Beth is sewing a shirt of Emily's. Terry is pacing. Kumail walks up to them. Did you forget something?
Is she up yet?
No, she's not. They won't tell us anything. We've been here all morning.
I know you guys said you don't need me to stay, but I think I'm just going to wait anyway.
You guys broke up. I'm not even sure why you're here. You don't have to worry about being committed to anything, Kumail. You didn't want to when she was awake. There's no need to do it now that she's unconscious.
It's more complicated than that.
Oh, is it? Because I know about the 2-day rule. I know about the headshots. I know about the secrets. She tells us everything. You really don't have to stay, Kumail. You've already done a lot. Kumail is speechless. After a beat of awkward quiet,
I'm just going to stay for a second. Is this safe?
Kumail gestures to the empty seat next to Beth, but she throws her sewing on it and turns away. Kumail walks to another row of seats and sits down, facing Emily's parents. Beth watches him intensely for a few beats before Kumail turns to the woman sitting next to him.
Is that lady still looking at me?
Interior hospital cafeteria later. Kumail carries his tray, spots Terry and Beth together having a hushed conversation. He sits at a different table. Terry waves at him. Kumail heads over to them.
No reason you should eat there by yourself, right, hun?
It's a free country. Kumail nods, sits down, they eat. It's awkward.
How's your sandwich?
Best fucking sandwich I have ever had.
Mine's good. Tuna's always a gamble, you know. We're not by the water. Well, we are by the water, but it's a lake. There's no tuna in the lake. Whatever, I threw the dice. I got 7s, I guess. Whatever the good dice number is.
More silence.
So, 9/11.
Blank looks from Kumail and Beth.
No, I mean, I've always wanted to have a conversation about it with people.
You've never talked to people about 9/11?
No, what's your stance?
What's my stance on 9/11? Anti. It was a tragedy. I mean, we lost 19 of our best guys.
What?
That was a joke. Obviously, 9/11 was a terrible tragedy, and it's not funny to joke about it.
Beth and Terry are paged on the intercom. They get up quickly and gather their things to get up to leave.
Hey, can I come?
No.
Yeah.
Terry gestures for Kumail to get up and follow them. Whatever. Interior doctor's office moments later. Kumail, Beth, Terry, and Dr. Cunningham.
I know this isn't the news you were hoping for, but we aren't ready to bring Emily out of the coma yet.
Oh,
What happened?
The antibiotics aren't doing exactly what we hoped they would, and we don't want to mess around. So we're going to perform surgery tomorrow morning to remove the infection.
Wait a second. Dr. Spellman told us the antibiotics would work. He said he didn't say anything at all about surgery.
What does this mean? What kind of surgery?
It's called a thoracentesis. It's a very common procedure. We're going to go in between the ribs and remove the infection.
How do you spell that, please? What's the last part?
Centesis.
And where is the infection?
On the lung.
And what's the risk?
Low. Look, my advice to you is that you go home, you get something to eat, and try to relax.
Interior Kumail's car night. Kumail drives Beth and Terry. Everyone looks dazed. Exterior Emily's apartment building later. Kumail helps Beth and Terry carry the luggage upstairs. Interior Emily's apartment continuous. They enter. Beth and Terry begin looking around.
She left the lights on, eh?
It's my favorite sweater. Terry looks at Emily's bookshelf and pulls out a book. Beth puts the sweater on and takes her laptop out, sits down on the couch. I'm going to do some research.
Oh, hey, that's the book I gave her.
No, I gave her that one. Hey, do you guys have that little notebook from the doctors? Terry hands her the notebook.
No, this is the book I gave her.
I'm just going to clean up Emily's room real quick.
No, I remember. I met her at that falafel place, and we went to the bookstore that's hardly ever open, and I bought it for her.
You're not the only one who gives her things.
What is up with you?
I'm just tired of you thinking that you're the only one who gives her things. I gave her that book.
Look at the inscription.
No, that's stupid.
Beth shrugs and goes back to her computer. Terry looks at the inscription, frowns, puts the book back. Interior, Emily's bedroom, same. Kumail leaves the door open a crack. He sees in the living room Terry and Beth are whisper quarreling. He begins to clean, pulls a marijuana pipe and bag of weed off the dresser and shoves it in the back of her closet. He notices the brain shirt in the closet. He touches it. We see a flashback of Emily wearing the sweatshirt. He opens a cigar box on her dresser and pulls out Polaroid photos. They're all of him and Emily. More flashbacks of Emily.
Kumail?
Kumail, a bit startled, turns.
Hey.
Sorry, I didn't mean to surprise you. I was just wondering if we want to do anything. Got any parlor games?
I don't. What are parlor games?
Card games, word games. You play any word games?
No, I've never played.
You ever played You Can't Rhyme It?
How does that go?
It's basically where you try to find a word, a real word, that nobody can rhyme.
Okay, Stonehenge.
Yeah, see, you would win. That would be a winner.
I don't play board games. I play video games.
That's the thing. Everybody now needs Nintendo, the game thing, electronics, $1,000. When I was a kid, a piece of chalk and pavement, that's your entertainment. Hopscotch, tic-tac-toe, throw the chalk at Jimmy. There you go, 3 games right there.
Jimmy was a real guy?
Yeah, well, there was no particular Jimmy. Whoever got hit with the chalk, he was the Jimmy.
Kumail gets a call from Naveed on his phone. He ignores it.
I'm just trying to figure out what to do.
Kumail and Terry walk into the living room. Interior living room continuous. Kumail and Terry walk back in. Beth is on her laptop.
Yeah, tonight's no good for me. I'd love to, but I'm actually gigging tonight, which is like an industry word we use for what we do when we do shows.
Really?
Yeah, there's a big Montreal Comedy Festival audition coming up, and I'm actually headlining tonight.
Oh, that's cool. I haven't been to a comedy show since the 80s. Rita Runder at Caroline's. Remember that, hun?
Oh, Christ. Pleural effusion and epiema.
Maybe we should go to Kumail's show. What do you think? Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh my God, these pictures are horrible.
Okay, listen. Why don't we go to the comedy club with him? It'll take our minds off things right now.
I don't want to take my mind off of it, Terry. Our daughter's having surgery tomorrow.
Please. I need the distraction.
Well, then why don't you go?
No, I want you to come with me. I don't want to go alone.
All right, but I'm bringing my iPad.
It's sold out. I should have said it before you guys had the whole discussion. It sold out super quickly. They were shocked at how quickly it sold out.
But you can get us in. You're the headliner, right? That's what you said. I mean, if you're the headliner, you can get 2 more in, right?
Kumail looks pained.
That's a good point.
We'll sit in the back. They got food there?
They've got waffle fries and
Kumail turns and begins to head out the door.
The hospital had waffle fries too.
Interior, Kumail's parents' house, same. Kumail's family sits with a young Pakistani woman, Sumaira. There's an empty chair where Kumail usually sits.
I've actually never been to Pakistan. My parents moved here for grad school and they just stayed here. I've never even been to Canada. So, when is Kumail coming?
Oh, he's coming, right, Naveed? Traffic?
I heard everything's bumper to bumper on the Dan Ryan Expressway. That's weird because I took the Dan Ryan Expressway here.
Interior, triple door later. Chris is on stage performing.
What is your dad's sister's favorite kind of music to dance to?
Kumail and Mary chat off to the side of the stage.
yeah, Emily's parents are here.
Ants.
Tonight? Why?
Is anybody here from out of town?
Terry claps. Beth barely pays attention. Chris focuses on Terry.
A few. What's your name, sir?
Jerry.
Terry. And who's this lady next to you? Is it Cloth? A little Terry Cloth?
It's Beth. Backstage, Kumail peers through the curtains, cringing.
Beth. Pretty close. Terry, Beth. Where are you guys from?
We're from North Carolina.
Ooh, North Carolina, the Tar Heel State, home of Krispy Kreme donuts. And what brings you to Chicago?
Our daughter's in a coma. Chris tries to absorb that. He turns to another person in the crowd.
Ooh, where are you from?
Interior, Kumail's parents' house, same.
It's getting late. I should go.
She moves to get up, but Charmin and Azmat stop her.
Oh, I think I should call him up. I'll just call him. Hello, Kumibeta. What do you mean? Who's calling? This is your father. Okay. He will be here any moment. I just faked that call. Did you call him?
100 times, no response. I think I should make something clear. I can understand what you're saying.
I thought you said you'd never been to Pakistan.
I said I'd never been there, but we speak it at home.
For someone who's never been to Pakistan, you speak Urdu very well.
Thanks.
Do you want to sing?
Azmat leads the group in song while Sumaira reluctantly claps alongside them. Interior, triple door later. Kumail is on stage performing.
I want to name my kid Void, so he won't be able to cash any of the paychecks.
Beth and Terry watch from the audience, laughing.
I'm sorry, sir. This says Void on it, but that's my name. Curse you, father! I work on the second floor of the bank in this fantasy scenario.
I'm really not comfortable with this, sorry. Go back to ISIS! A hush falls over the crowd. Kumail is not sure how to respond.
Toast is a really strange food.
I'm sorry, what did you just say? I said he should go back to ISIS.
Toast is the only food that...
No, because see, that's a really confusing position. Do you want ISIS to have more people? No, I was saying that to him because guess what, everybody? We got an ISIS recruiter in the house tonight.
The crowd laughs.
Yeah, sorry.
Glad we got to the bottom of that. Toast is like a...
I mean, what was it exactly about him that made you say that?
I think we know the answer is...
Lady, I wasn't talking to you. What is it about him?
We don't have to go down this path. We know what's at the end of it.
It's because of how he looks.
There it is.
That's like saying all frat boys wearing country club hats and Hawaiian shirts have shriveled up tiny little dicks. The crowd reacts.
Actually, Beth, this is a bad way for you to find out, but he's right. I actually am a terrorist. I just do stand-up comedy on the side, to keep a low profile.
Dude, fuck you.
First of all, very clever. Did you write that at home? Toast is.
Excuse me, fuck you. I said fuck you. No, fuck you. You're a bitch. You know that? This is very weird talking to myself. Beth jumps out of her seat and rushes towards the heckler. A man restrains her while she claws at him. I'm gonna fucking kill you. What's your phone number? Terry heads out after Beth.
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry.
He stops in front of the heckler.
Or the heckler.
No, I'm not sorry, actually, because you're a terrible person. I don't want to kick your butt in front of everybody. Yeah, that's right. I got levels, mother. And this elevator goes all the way effing down, you effing prick.
Interior Kumail's car later. Kumail drives with Beth in the passenger seat and Terry in the back. Interior Emily's apartment continuous. Beth, Terry, and Kumail enter, all a bit shell-shocked. I think I'm going to make some tea. Actually, I'm going to open a bottle of wine. On third thought, does Emily have any whiskey?
On top of the fridge.
So, Cubs doing good, huh?
I don't know anything about baseball.
She starts to pour. They all just sit there. I am so sorry about that. That was, I just sort of lost control.
I thought it was sexy.
Me too. Not like sexy, but like cool sexy. Not like aroused sexy. I'm gonna not say sexy anymore.
You guys want to get something to eat? Interior Emily's kitchen counter later. Kumail, Beth, and Terry are eating pizza. So is it always like that?
Oh, like tonight? Oh no. Usually a different mom comes in to help me. I'm joking. No, it's not always like that. I'd quit if it was.
Here's a joke.
Oh, Terry, please don't. Terry's about as funny as a fart is at a funeral.
This is funny. This is a funny one. A giraffe walks into a bar to the bartender. Highballs on me. You get it, right?
Oh, that was the end of the joke?
Yes.
That was the whole joke?
That's the joke. That's the beauty of it. Boom.
I thought there was more.
He's a giraffe. He's tall, so it would stand to reason that his testicles are high. A highball is a type of drink. And you've ruined it by saying it wasn't funny first.
He gives up and eats. Kumail chuckles.
No, it's good. I like my jokes thoroughly explained.
You're just busting my highballs.
Kumail laughs. Interior Emily's kitchen table later. Terry swills wine and swishes some in his mouth.
Complex finish, flamboyant, mouthfeel good. How about you?
Fruit forward.
Good term. Absolutely fruit forward.
This one is in the front seat. It's driving the wine car.
Exactly.
I like wine because of the buzz.
She's a little bit of a lightweight.
So is Terry. He'll be passed out on the sofa in less than an hour.
Oh, that's nonsense. You know that's not true.
Interior Emily's living room later. Terry passed out on the sofa snoring. Beth and Kumail sit. You weren't supposed to be on the show tonight, were you?
Oh, me on the show tonight. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was. I was the headliner.
Beth stares him down.
Okay. I lied about the show to get out of hanging out with you guys. And then I lied about headlining to impress you guys.
Well, that didn't work.
Also, I think I screwed up with your daughter.
Yeah, you did. I don't know how people do it when their family's sick. My Uncle Lou, he got cancer, and then he had a stroke, and then a heart attack, then he had a recurrence of the cancer, and you know what finally killed him?
Cancer?
Car accident. We think maybe it was a heart attack while he was driving. And he did still have cancer. And you know what? He ate sprouts his whole fucking life. Hadn't had an egg yolk in 30 years. I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight.
You want a stress eat?
Fuck yes. Interior Emily's kitchen table later. Beth shows Kumail goth photos of Emily in Emily's high school yearbooks and on her laptop amidst takeout containers, desserts, chicken strips, and whipped cream.
Oh my God.
Most noticeable. Oh, no. Hold on. There's more. Beth scrolls through photos of Emily in goth attire, swords, black roses. She comes to photos of Emily in a cemetery. The legendary cemetery, a photo shoot.
Oh my God.
I laughed so hard when I saw these. She got so mad at me. Kumail laughs. Terry stirs.
Oh, you're gonna wake him up.
Are you kidding me? He can sleep through anything. Hey, Terry! She claps and Terry shifts but doesn't wake up.
How did you and Terry meet?
I was going to East Carolina University and I was waiting tables. We met at this coffee shop. I was waiting on him. I liked his hair. He was a teacher already. Thick New York accent, like nobody I'd ever met. Totally wrong for me. So naturally, we fall in love. My family could not stand him. We're all military people, Army pilots. All of my brothers play football. Terry couldn't even change a tire. My father got so mad he broke every dinner plate in our house. Now, back then, you go to the gas station, you fill up your tank, you get a dinner plate, but just one at a time. Cup, saucer. Took us a year of fill-ups to get the whole set back. And Terry just stuck around. And eventually they just all got over it.
They just got over it? How?
A lot of fucked up dinners. How'd your parents meet, Kumail?
So we have arranged marriage, as you know. A big group got together to see a movie, but really it was just a setup so my mom and dad could meet.
What movie did they go see?
I have no idea. I never asked.
They look back at the goth photos of Emily. She's really great, you know.
I know.
I feel good about the surgery.
Yeah. These doctors know what they're doing.
No, they don't. They're just winging it like everybody else. Interior, Kumail's car night. Kumail gets into his car and checks his phone. 17 missed calls from his mother, 10 voicemails.
Oh.
Then he notices an old voicemail from Emily. He hits play on the message.
Hey, it's me. So I tried some Pakistani food to surprise you, and either I'm a bad cook or all Pakistani food is terrible. I don't know yet. Bye.
He hasn't heard her voice in a while. He listens to another old voicemail.
Hey, it's me. If you just want to come over and kiss me for 2 seconds, I'd really love that tonight. Okay. Bye.
He listens to another.
Hey, it's me. So did you want to meet at the gallery or... Oh my God. Oh my God. A bird just hit me in the head. Oh my, I'm not kidding. I'll call you right back. Oh my God. Is it okay?
Interior, Emily's ICU room. Emily lies unconscious in her hospital bed. Interior, bereavement room day. Dr. Spellman sits with Kumail, Terry, and Beth.
The infection around the lungs was removed. We should be able to pull her out soon.
Terry.
You're
Terry.
muted.
Oh boy.
How soon?
She should be up by tomorrow morning at the latest. We'll also test the pleural fluid from the thoracentesis so we can create a more targeted antibiotic strategy.
So this is good news.
It's very good news. We'll just hold on to her for a few more days and then you can have her back.
She's a fighter, right?
Oh, yes.
Interior, Kumail's parents' dining room night. Kumail is eating with his family.
I was so worried. We saw on the news that a train derailed and we thought that you were on the train and you had died.
Nobody died on that train, Ma.
But did they look under the train?
So where were you last night? What were you doing?
Nothing. I wasn't doing anything.
Come on.
All right, I'll tell you. I was studying for the SAT.
Really?
Yeah, I signed up, and if I pass, I'm going to go to law school, become a lawyer, and do law.
The doorbell rings. Charmaine gets up.
Oh, let me see who that could be.
She exits.
Really, Dad? You said that nobody was going to come, that it was going to be just us.
Hey, Kumi, do you know this guy? People say Sam. People say Sam. Do you know him?
Yeah, I know.
He should be on Saturday Night Live.
SNL.
Charmine returns with Khadijah.
Everybody remember Khadijah? She just dropped in. She was just in the neighborhood.
Khadijah waves awkwardly, and her parents, Farhan and Tina, appear.
And these are her parents, Farhan and Tina. They also just dropped in.
Interior, Kumail's parents' house later. Tina holds forth in Urdu. The grown-ups laugh. Khadijah tries to lock eyes with Kumail. Interior, Khadijah's house later. Kumail walks Khadijah to her door.
I've just been through so many of these appointments, and I never have anything in common with the guys. You know, when girls at work complain about dating, I just want to body slam them. They have no idea. I don't know. My mom says I'm becoming the bruised apple at the bottom of the apple bucket.
Oh, no, you're not.
I am.
You're not.
So, do you want to hang out sometime, like without our parents? Have you been to the cat cafe? The cats just come up to you and nestle in your lap and you just pet them.
I don't think that's a good idea.
You don't like cats?
I mean, I don't think it's a good idea for us to hang out again. It's not you. You're fantastic. I just can't do this arranged marriage thing with anybody.
So why did you meet me?
It wasn't my idea.
I'm just really tired. Do you ever just want to be in a relationship so you can finally relax?
I'm sorry. You deserve better than me.
God, people telling me what I deserve. It's bullcrap. And stop being so sorry about everything. I'm gonna go.
Khadijah starts walking to her front door, then stops and turns back to Kumail.
You know what? I watched The X-Files, like 3 whole episodes. And it's a bad show.
Timing. That was weird. Interior waiting room day. Beth, Terry, and Kumail sit. Beth and Terry with their laptops, Kumail with his iPhone, each diligently typing. We see they're each looking things up on WebMD.
Wow, they should call this website everythingiscancer.com. Everything you put in, it could be cancer. Hiccups could be cancer. Come on. You take the fun out of hiccups now?
Did you know this is the 17th best hospital in Chicago?
Really? How out of how many?
I don't know, but Northwestern's number 1.
Well, how do they rate it? What's their methodology?
I don't know, Terry, but 17th has got to be bad.
It's not great unless the sample size is, that all depends.
Here, look at the comments.
This is why I don't want to go online, because it's never good. You go online, they hated Forrest Gump. Freaking best movie ever.
Interior hospital hallway later. Terry talks on his cell phone and paces. Dr. Cunningham tracks him down.
Harry, hi. Can we talk?
Yeah.
We got the biopsy results. They are unfortunately inconclusive. We are concerned.
Music drowns out the rest of their conversation as Terry looks increasingly distraught. Interior hospital hallway later. Terry speaks with Beth and Kumail.
They couldn't find out what the disease was or where the virus came from or the bacteria, whatever.
But they took out the infection, so it shouldn't matter.
I know that's what I said, but her vitals didn't normalize. And now they say that the infection is continuing to spread. It's in her kidneys.
But the kidneys are so far from the lungs.
I know it's an aggressive infection, and they said that's what they got to do now is figure out what this mystery disease actually is.
I'm calling Northwestern.
Just hold on.
Terry, damn it!
I think we should talk about this.
You shut up. I am sick of this shit. We are getting our daughter out of here.
They're in the middle of the whole process of elimination.
And you're saying Northwestern can't take that information and continue the search? This place is a shithole. She looks towards the other people in the waiting room. I'm sorry. Anna, can I have that? She takes her bag from Anna.
Will you just stop for a second? They're the doctors, and you act like you know what you're talking about. You don't.
Beth searches in her bag. I can't find my cell phone. Do you have a phone?
Don't give her a phone. You don't need a phone. You don't need to call anybody right now.
Kumail takes out his phone, hands it to Beth. She starts fiddling with it.
They're doing it. They're the experts here, and I trust them.
Yeah, well, that's very nice, but I don't. Can you unlock this thing? Beth hands the phone back to Kumail. He unlocks it and hands it back. There's a reason why they're number 17 and Northwestern is number 1. And it's not because people trust them.
Oh, you think that you're smarter than me because you say big sentences? Well, you're not.
Kumail is trying to give them space, unsure what to do. I don't think I'm smarter than you. You just don't think you're as smart as I am, and that is not my fault.
Right. It's never your fault. Everything's my fault.
Oh no, there are some things that are definitely just your fault.
Okay, that's BS. You need to stop freaking out and calm down.
And you need to stop being such a freaking coward.
Greatest hits coming back. You can stop. I'll replay the rest of this from my memory.
Kumail slips away. Interior gift shop moments later. Kumail is looking at gift items. Interior hallway, hospital hallway later. Kumail walks up with a giant stuffed giraffe. Interior Emily's ICU room moments later. Kumail puts the stuffed giraffe by her bed. Nurse Judy smiles.
Oh, you're giraffing it.
It was the biggest thing they had. I don't even know if she likes giraffes. We never talked about giraffes. Hey, do they know what they're doing? Because they don't tell us anything, like Lyme disease. I mean, you know the girl on The Real World had it. Did you guys look for that?
Yes, we did.
Did you know she gets hurt all the time? She messed up her ankle recently. Could that be lupus?
Kumail, we're looking into everything. We're not holding anything back from you. We're still just eliminating possibilities.
Because Beth wants to move her to Northwestern.
Oh no. No, Emily should not be moved. The hospital will approve it because it'll get the liability off their hands. But we put her in a coma for a reason, to stabilize her. Moving her could be very dangerous. The infection could spread. Trust me, she is fighting. And so are we.
Kumail looks frightened. Interior waiting room moments later. Terry balls up his coat to use as a pillow, trying to get comfortable. Kumail enters. Terry sees him and sits up.
Hey, Terry, I was just talking to the nurse. You okay?
Yeah, okay. Of course, totally fine.
Terry's eyes are very puffy and red.
Beth went to Emily, so I'm going to wait here until they kick me out. Keep an eye on her.
Long pause. Terry and Kumail stare at one another.
Do you want to crash at my place?
You got the golf channel?
No.
That wasn't funny, right?
I thought that was a serious question.
Let's get the F out of here.
Interior Kumail's apartment continuous. Kumail and Terry walk in.
So this is the place.
Wow, this place is terrible.
Interior Kumail's bedroom later. Terry and Kumail lay on separate air mattresses.
Hey, I talked to Nurse Judy, and she was saying that moving Emily could be a bad idea.
Really?
Yeah, she said it could be dangerous.
Terry listens but doesn't respond.
Like,
No, yeah, I hear you. I give anything to trade places with Emily. Being a parent, it's a nightmare. Loving somebody this much sucks.
yeah.
Kumail's not sure what to say.
And I guess you've noticed some tension between Beth and me?
Not really. That's none of my business.
Yeah, well, it's there. Big time.
It's getting real late. We should go to sleep.
Kumail turns off the light. There's a beat of quiet in the dark.
I cheated on her. I did. It was just one night stand.
Okay.
We met at some bar in Cincinnati. They have this teacher conferences. Who goes to a math conference to get laid?
Math teachers?
Yeah, I think I was depressed. That's what it was.
Yeah, let's talk about it tomorrow. Get a full night's sleep. Catch up fresh in the...
She just smelled so good. It was horrible, too. As soon as I finished, and soon as I'd finished, I was like, what did you effing do? What did you just do? What did you do? You know that moment of clarity you get right after an orgasm?
Yeah.
I told Beth right away. I had to. She was devastated, and now she hates me.
Oh, she might be mad at you, but she doesn't hate you. I mean, you should have heard the way she was talking about you. Hey, can I ask you something? Why did you tell her?
Oh, I had to. I'm no good with guilt.
Do you guys talk about it?
Not anymore. She said she forgave me, but no, she hasn't. Let me give you some advice, Kamal. You're going to know the woman you want to spend the rest of your life with when you cheat on her. When you cheat on her and you just feel like crap.
So, to fully know I love someone, I have to cheat on them?
Out loud, it sounds stupid. Yeah, that's terrible advice.
Terry is clearly fraught.
Love isn't easy. That's why they call it love.
I don't really get that either.
I know, I thought I could just start saying something and something smart would come out.
Interior Kamal's bedroom morning. Kamal wakes up. Terry is gone. There's a note. Headed to the hospital. See you there, Terry. Interior Kamal's apartment. Kamal puts on his shoes as Chris exits the bathroom.
Hey, did you see Terry?
No, man, I heard him leave this morning. I'm going to Sevy's. You want anything?
No, I'm good, thank you.
You don't want a hot dog or nothing?
Dude, it's 8:30 in the morning.
Okay, no hot dog.
Chris opens the door to leave as Azmat and Charmin enter.
We just spoke to Katya's parents.
What are you doing here?
What is wrong with you, Kumi?
Nothing is wrong with me. I'm sorry.
Sorry? That is all you have to say?
I wasn't that into her.
Into her? Do you know how difficult it is to get an appointment with her? She is in very high demand.
Okay, so?
So?
Can we please talk about this another time?
No, Kumi. We will talk about this now. We have sacrificed everything for you.
I know, okay?
We have left our family. We have left our home. I have missed the birth of my sister's daughter. I have not seen my mother for 15 years. Your father, he had to do his graduate school again. He had to give his exams again.
And I was in my mid-50s. They were in their 20s. They used to call me Father Time.
I know that. I really appreciate everything you did for me, but can we talk about this another time?
Kumi, if you do not want to be a lawyer, fine. If you want to do the stand-up comedy and embarrass us as a family, fine. There is only one thing that we have ever asked from you, that you be a good Muslim and that you marry a Pakistani girl. That is it. One thing.
Can I ask you something that has never made sense to me? Why did you bring me here if you wanted me to have did not want me to have an American life? We come here, but we pretend like we're still back there. That's so stupid.
Don't you talk to your mother like that.
I don't care what you don't care what I think. You just want me to follow the rules. But the rules don't make sense to me. I don't pray. I haven't prayed in years. I just go down there and I play video games.
You don't believe in Allah?
I don't know what I believe. Dad, I don't know. And I can't marry someone you find for me.
And why not?
Because I'm in love with someone. I am. Her name is Emily, and she's going to be a therapist. And right now she's very sick, but I couldn't tell you that. It makes me so sad that I couldn't tell you any of that. I really appreciate everything you've done for me. I truly, truly do. And I know Islam has been really good for you. It has made you good people. But I don't know what I believe. I just need to figure it out on my own.
You're not my son.
Charmin turns her back on Kamal and heads towards the door.
Kumi, you're being selfish. You're not thinking about us. You're not thinking about Khadija. In fact, you're not even thinking about that girl that you are in love with. You think American dream is just about doing whatever you want, and you're not thinking about other people. You're wrong. You are wrong.
Charmin and Azmat leave. Chris comes back in.
Hey, I never went to the store. I was just listening at the door. My mom kicked me out for dealing weed at 16, so I get it, man.
Interior waiting room later. Kamal walks in. He's had a rough morning. Terry and Beth are signing forms. Kamal approaches Terry.
Hey, so when are we going to talk to Beth about what we talked about?
We're going to move her.
What? What are you talking about? You fucking caved?
I didn't cave. I don't cave.
Okay. I know you don't cave. You're great. But we talked about this last night.
I know we're moving her. She's right.
Terry walks towards Beth as Kumail follows.
What? No, I told you what the nurse said. Hey, Beth, the nurse told me that moving Emily could be a very bad idea.
Well, Northwestern told us that it could be very good.
Well, they don't see her. This nurse sees her, and she told me.
It's okay. They don't need to see her.
Beth and Terry gather their things to leave, and Kumail grabs a form out of Terry's hand to stop him.
It's not okay. There. I got it.
That's a map of the garage.
Beth and Terry begin to walk down the hall.
Wait. Do you want to be responsible? She could die.
Beth stops. Kumail, we're responsible for her no matter what. We are her parents. Now, I'm sorry. We're moving her. They head off. Exterior quick and hot drive-through later. Kumail pulls up in his car and talks to the drive-through box.
Oh, welcome to Quick and Hot. May I take your order, please?
Yeah. Can I get a burger with 4 slices of cheese?
4 burgers. Anything else, sir?
No. 1 burger with 4 slices of cheese. 1 burger with 4.
I'm sorry, we can't do that.
Just put 4 slices of cheese on a burger.
We can't do that. There's no button.
Who the fuck is this we, man? I mean, who the fuck is this we? It's me and you. We're just people. Fucking listen to me. Fuck this corporate entity. Put 4 slices of cheese on the fucking burger.
Silence.
We can't do that.
What the fuck, you fucking idiot?
Kumail gets out of the car, runs up to the pickup window.
Hey, look at me, because I'm a human being. You're a human being. Look at me in the eyes when you fuck me. Look at me, please.
Today's my first day.
Oh, fuck you.
Kumail turns to the garbage can nearby and just starts pulling garbage out. He locks eyes with Stu.
I'll just ring you up for 4 burgers.
Stu looks down and starts typing.
I'm sorry.
Do you want any fries or drink with that?
I'll take 4 fries. I'm sorry.
Kumail begins to put the trash back in the trash can. Interior, Kumail's car, night. Parked, Kumail sits scarfing down burgers and fries. He gets a text from Chris. Where are you? You're up in 20.
Oh, fuck.
Interior, triple door showroom. Kumail enters. Big crowd. Mary's on stage. Chris runs up.
Hey man, Montreal finals, you ready? Oh wait, are you getting all dark and moody before your set? Yeah, punish yourself like a nasty little baby.
I am not in the mood. Okay, Chris?
I'll get you in the mood.
Kumail walks towards CJ and Sam.
I'll get you all in the mood.
Dude, are you all right?
Why does everybody say the same fucking thing? Yeah, I'm doing great.
Okay, all right, dude, I'm just checking. Dodd runs up to Kumail. The fuck have you been, my man? You're on next. Dodd runs off. On stage, Mary's doing well. Kumail's phone rings. It's Terry. Kumail hesitates, then answers. We see Kumail's face. He doesn't say anything. On stage, Mary finishes her act. We hear Terry's voice on the call.
Kumail, it's Terry. Listen, we're not moving her. The doctors, they said.
We don't hear the rest of the call. This next performer, my man, Mr. Kumail Nanjiani. Kumail is dazed. We see Bob Delavan in the audience. Interior, triple door, continuous. Kumail slowly walks up to the stage. He stands there silently looking at the audience. And then finally...
Have you guys heard of this new drug cocktail called cheese? Like, that's the name of it. It's called cheese. I saw all these news reports, and they were like, there's a new drug. It's called cheese. Everybody's doing it in the Midwest. Kids are doing it.
Titters. Barely anything. Bob Delavan is not laughing.
It's just really hard to do stand-up comedy when your girlfriend is in a coma.
The audience laughs nervously.
Not quite sure what part you're laughing at. They say she's fighting, but she doesn't look like she's fighting. She looks like she's just laying there. I said horrible things to her. I heard her. She loves birds. Like she gets excited every time she sees a bird. And she's like, look at this. It's a bird. And I'm always like, yeah, they're all over the place. They're birds. But she likes that bird. Every bird she sees it. Her dad just called and said that they can't transfer her because the infection has reached her heart, which means
Realizing for the first time.
she could die.
Interior Emily's ICU room night. It's darker, less clinical feeling at night in Emily's room. She's still the same, the beeping is the same, but there's something almost holy feeling in the room at night. Kumail sits quietly talking to her.
I don't know if you can hear me or not, but it would be really good if you pulled through. If you have to go, you can go, but it would be really great if you stayed. And I'm really sorry about what I said.
Kumail continues to talk quietly to her. Interior Kumail's car morning. Kumail wakes up in his filthy car the next morning to a text from Terry. Please come right away. Interior hospital waiting room day. Kumail walks through the hallway. Interior hallway outside Emily's room. Same. He looks inside the room. Emily is awake, surrounded by her parents and some doctors. Kumail watches through the window. Emily's groggy. The respirator is gone. Beth and Terry talk to her. She seems upset. Can't talk. Kumail wants to go in but can't. Interior Emily's ICU room day. Beth sits on Emily's bed. Terry, Dr. Cunningham, and Nurse Judy stand to the side.
Mom, you're getting tears all over me. When am I going to be able to feel my face?
You gave us quite a scare there, Scout.
Scout?
Come on. I call you that all the time.
No, not since I was a grown-up.
I've called you that your whole life.
Nurse Judy holds up a cup for Emily to sip from. Emily spits out the liquid.
Sorry, hon. What is that crap? We have to thicken your liquids for a bit. Your esophagus isn't strong enough to swallow yet. Ugh, that crap tastes like semen.
That's nice for our father to hear.
Oh, she won't have any social inhibitions until the anesthetic wears off.
Nurse Judy holds the cup for Emily again and she sips.
It does. Seriously, Mom, you should try this.
Emily tries to grab the cup herself. Oh, sorry, that's me. Oh, wait a minute, honey. Emily drops the cup. She's very upset. Beth comforts her.
Oh, come on. Come on. They'll charge us $48 for it. Don't worry about it.
Kumail walks in.
Why are you here?
I haven't heard her voice in a while.
He's been here the whole time, sweetie.
Could I speak with you both outside?
Dr. Cunningham motions for them to join her in the hall. Honey will be right outside. Terry and Beth leave with Dr. Cunningham. Kumail approaches Emily.
Hey.
Exterior hallway, same. Cunningham speaks with Terry and Beth.
Okay, Emily has a rare condition called adult onset Still's disease. Kumail mentioned Emily's hurt ankle and the swelling still hasn't gone down even after several days in bed, which is strange. Still's disease is when the body thinks healthy tissue is an infection, so it tries to fight it. It's like a big biological misunderstanding.
Yeah.
We gave her anti-inflammatories and she stabilized within hours. She's going to take time to recover, but she'll be fine.
Wow.
Interior Emily's ICU room, same. Kumail speaks with Emily.
What are you doing here?
I was visiting someone down the hall, and I was like, I'll just pop in and say hi to Emily.
Oh.
No, I'm joking. I was here for you.
You're a prick, and I don't like you.
I'm not an asshole. I'm really not.
No, you're a butthole.
You have a lot of drugs in you, so you're not thinking as clearly.
No, dog, I'm not joking. You're not funny to me. You just make me sad. You make me sad inside of my heart. It makes me sad to look at you, so I think you should just probably go. Just go and tell my mom I want her.
Kumail doesn't know what to say.
Will you please get my mom?
Kumal nods and heads out into the hallway. Interior hospital hallway continuous. Kumal goes up to Beth and Terry.
Emily wants to see you.
Beth goes back inside Emily's room.
I'm gonna head out. I don't think I should be here.
All right, Kumail, here's the thing. Your living condition is a potential health risk, and you're not that funny. But you're probably not suited to do anything else either, so that's troublesome.
You really make it sound like you were going to say something positive there.
I guess I did, didn't I? You know, I know the good stuff. You know how I feel. I gotta get in there.
Terry heads back inside. Interior Emily's room continuous. Terry walks in. Beth sits on Emily's bed as Kumal watches through the window. Beth notices Kumal. Exterior Emily's hallway continuous. Beth comes outside into the hallway.
So you're gonna hang around Chicago for a while?
Yeah, she's got physical therapy.
Did you ever think you'd be excited to have your daughter go through physical therapy? It's so strange that we could go through one of the most intense experiences of our lives together and just never see each other again.
Beth puts her hands on Kumal's face. She looks at him. Maybe. But I hope not. They smile. Kumal walks out of the hospital. Interior Comedy Club, a different night. Kumal's backstage with other comics. Chris is on stage. Kumal sits on a chair going over his notes. CJ and Mary walk up to him.
Hey, little sad man, mopey boy. We have something to tell you. We're moving to New York. And we want you to come with us.
Are you serious?
You gotta do it, man. It's gonna suck at first, but we'll have each other and maybe even eventually get paid to write jokes. It's gonna be the best. Come on, dude.
You have to come. I know you did not get Montreal, and I know you did not get Montreal, and that is only because you did one of the worst sets I've ever seen in my gosh darn life.
It was like legit nonsense.
A living disgrace.
I mean, I would call it shit, but I would be worried I'd be insulting actual shit.
Yeah, it was so bone chilling to me. I thought a ghost had passed right through me.
We don't have to keep going over how bad the set was. I saw their faces and the noises they didn't make.
I felt one of my eggs die.
Doesn't that happen every month?
Happens every month, Kumal, but I don't always feel it and go, ooh. And that's what you made me do. I'm packing my things up and moving to New York. And guess what, baby? You're coming with me.
What about Chris?
Chris performs on stage.
He'll be fine.
Also, there's not enough room in the car anyway. I mean, we leave in a week, all right? And I already called shotgun Chicago to Pittsburgh. Do not screw this up.
Your destiny awaits.
I mean, this is going to be the biggest move of your life, man. Other than, the one from Pakistan. Interior Emily's apartment day. A welcome home banner hangs. Balloons, Beth, Terry, and Emily's friends are chatting. Emily sits on the couch chatting, a cane by her side. Terry taps on a cup.
Hey, clink, clink. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I just wanted to say a couple words here.
Emily clocks Kumal as he walks in holding a large bag.
Why is Kumal here?
Because he was there the whole time. I invited the nurses. I invited him.
Emily, come up here. I want to say something.
Emily stands up and makes her way to Terry.
Emily successfully peeled an orange this morning. It was a clementine, full disclosure, for those little ones that a baby monkey could peel, but she did it. And that's all. Thank you, everybody.
Kumal finally approaches Emily.
Hey, I like your cane. I've heard pimping ain't easy.
Right.
Hey, can we talk for a second?
Sure.
Interior Emily's bedroom continuous. They walk in. Lots of jackets on the bed.
So, I've been collecting some things that are important to me, and I wanted to show them to you. I call this my bag of devotion.
Kumal presents the big bag and starts to take items out. He holds up a bunch of hospital passes.
This is all the visitor passes from when I visited you when you were in the...
He holds up some ticket stubs.
These are the ticket stubs from when your parents came to see me perform. And I realized how great they are, and how great you are, and how great honesty is.
He holds up a jar full of ashes.
What did you do? Cremate someone?
Yes, these are the ashes of all the Pakistani women, not the women, the pictures of the Pakistani women. I thought this was a good idea, but it feels a little stupid.
Kumail puts the items down and kneels before Emily.
I know I was a terrible boyfriend, but I've changed. I am the person you need me to be. I really am. So will you take me back?
Kumail, I'm really glad that you went through this experience, but you have to understand that all that happened while I was asleep. Like, you felt one way for a few weeks ago, and now you're saying you feel the totally opposite way. And the only thing that's changed is that I was in a coma. Honestly, I look at all of this and I just think, I can't do it again. I can't be the reason you don't have a family. It just feels totally different now. And I can't do that again. Do you understand?
Okay.
Kumail packs up his bag of devotion. A song plays. Get your shit together montage. Kumail drives a passenger around. Kumail cleans his room. Sharmeen, Azmat, Naveed, and Fatima have a family dinner. Kumail is not there. Emily does physical therapy with Beth and Terry. Kumail drives passengers around. Emily, Beth, and Terry eating takeout together. Kumail at the theater working on his one-man show. Emily in bed with Beth sleeping next to her. Terry by himself on the sofa. Kumail and CJ put up flyers for Kumail's one-man show. Kumail makes a Facebook page for his one-man show. Interior, Kumail's parents' house night. Kumail enters the dining room without knocking on the door. Azmat, Sharmeen, Naveed, and Fatima are eating dinner. Kumail joins them. We see he has another large bag.
Ma, Dad, Fatima, hi. There's no plate. Oh, I forgot. I've decided I won't let you kick me out of the family. Since I am a member of the family, it would stand to reason that I would get a vote in whether or not I get kicked out. And that vote would have to be unanimous. Standard parliamentary procedure. So all those in favor of that kicking Kumail out of the family, raise your hand.
Kumail raises his hand. Everyone else stares silently.
Great. Motion to kick Kumail out of the family denied. So you guys can just talk to me.
Everyone stays silent.
Okay. You're giving me the silent treatment. I figured that was what was going to happen. I have a solution.
Kumail pulls out cue cards from his bag and shows them.
Hi. How are you? It's just a real basic one. Pass the salt. Practical. Always with the comedy. Mom made that one specially for you. Kumail, how did you become so much more handsome than your brother Naveed?
Oh, bull crap.
Naveed and Azmat exchange a look.
I admit this one is designed to stir up some controversy. It's interesting how you can't really kick someone out of your family because they'll always be your family. I agree with that one. It's a good one. So I'm going to leave these here for you.
Kumail leaves the cards on the dining table.
I'm sorry I lied about the girls and the LSAT and all that. That was wrong. And one more thing. I'm moving to New York to pursue stand-up, but I am not leaving this family.
Kumail leaves, eye contact around the table. Interior, Emily's apartment, night. Emily on her bed. She impulsively Googles Kumail and finds his Montreal edition, which is described as worst bomb in history. She plugs her headphones in and watches a beat.
My parents want me to get arranged marriage, or as it's called in Pakistan, romance. Earlier today, I told them everything. I told them about my life. I told them about Emily. They kicked me out of the family. I may never talk to them again. So that happened.
Knock on the door.
What is it?
Can I come in?
Okay.
Beth enters. Emily closes her laptop.
I swear you and Dad are just like my freshman year roommate, but instead of boning random dudes, you're just parenting all the time. All over the place. In every room of the house. Including right next to me.
We gotta go.
Home?
Beth nods.
No,
Yeah, it's time.
no, I'm not ready.
Yeah, you know what? You're strong, and you are. Exterior playground theater night. Marquee says Kumail Nanjiani citizen. People are filing into the theater. Exterior playground stage night mid-show.
And we'd go to the mosque and hear graphic details of religious people being killed 1400 years ago. I mean, like Torrentino-esque details. And everyone would be crying, like competing to see who could cry the hardest. And I could never cry. I was like, what is wrong with me? Am I broken? The only time I've cried that much is when I watched the first 15 minutes of Up. This is a picture of me and my mother. I'm 7 years old.
Interior Emily's apartment later. Beth is in the bathroom while Terry stands in the kitchen drinking a glass of water.
You know, people talk about New York water, but Chicago water is very underrated, I think. It's good.
Emily comes into the living room.
Hey guys, I think I might just pop out for a bit.
By yourself?
Yeah, just hop around the block. Maybe get some frozen yogurt.
Are you okay? Can you do it? Can you walk by yourself?
Yeah, Dad.
Have fun, sweetie.
If you feel a coma coming on, call us.
Dad, it's too soon. I love you. I'll see you in the morning.
Love you. Bye.
Have fun.
I will.
Got your phone?
Yeah.
Interior playground theater later. Kumail is with Naveed in the empty theater. Naveed wears sunglasses.
But you liked it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Emily enters hesitantly.
Hey,
Hi.
what are you doing here?
I was in the neighborhood and I saw that you were going to be here, so I thought I'd come say hi.
Oh, you look great. How's your blood oxygen level?
Oh, well within range.
Nice.
They stand there. It's tense.
Oh, this is my brother, Naveed.
Hi, I'm Emily. Heard lots about you. Good to finally meet you. There's actually something I want to tell you.
Naveed clocks the tension between them.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna like goodbye.
Naveed slips out as Emily and Kumail stare at each other. Interior, Emily's apartment, same. Terry lies on the pull-out sofa. Just before Beth gets to Emily's room, she stops. You warm enough?
Yeah, I got my 2 pairs of socks on.
She smiles, walks into Emily's bedroom. Terry gets under the covers. Beth reemerges and approaches his couch bed. Do you mind?
No.
Beth gets under the covers with him. They snuggle. I'm glad we're going home tomorrow.
Me too. See? I should have brushed my teeth.
It's okay. I like it. Interior playground theater later. Emily and Kumail sit on the bed from his show together.
When something like this happens, there's this sort of expectation that you're going to have this completely new lease on life and feel totally different about everything. Like, cherish every sunrise. And for the most part, I just feel like, like I can't get up that early. I'm sorry. I feel like I've been talking about myself so much. Are you doing a lot of stand-up?
Yeah, I bombed my Montreal Comedy Festival audition like horrifically.
I saw the video. It wasn't great. I'll be honest with you. It wasn't great.
I know.
But there's a lot I liked. Like a lot I liked.
I'm moving to New York.
Really?
Yeah, Mary and CJ and I are just gonna drive out. We have a place already.
When do you leave?
Next weekend.
This kind of hits them both like a ton of bricks.
I'm so excited for you. That's great. I think you're gonna go do so great in New York.
What were you going to say?
What?
You said you were going to say something to me. What was it?
Oh, just that I wanted to thank you. My parents told me everything you did for me, and I feel like the last time we spoke, I didn't properly thank you. So
Oh, yeah, totally fine.
I should probably go.
Do you want to call an Uber?
No, I'm gonna walk actually. This has been really great. Okay, bye.
They smile at each other. Exterior street day. CJ, Mary, Kumail, and Chris are packing boxes into a car.
Oh, the scene is going to be so different with you guys gone.
You should come out.
Nah, I'm good here. I'm going to miss you.
I'm going to miss you.
Chris and Kumail hug.
Oh, get out of here, you turds.
Come here, you big dummy.
Chris hugs Mary. Kumail is distracted as a car pulls up nearby. Kumail stares at it. After a beat, Kumail's dad, Azmat, pops out and walks over to Kumail.
Azmat.
Jacob.
You're disappeared.
And I was muted. But you are still kicked out of the family because we did not get a proper chance to say bye to you. Your mother is so angry with you. She's not going to get out of the car. She's not even going to look at you. And I don't believe you kept so much secret from me, your father.
I'm sorry.
Here, she asked me to give this to you.
Azmat hands Kumail a Tupperware container.
Biryani for your
Biryani.
trip. Biryani for your trip. Your favorite. She made it herself specifically for you with extra potatoes.
Oh, thank you, Ma.
Kumail looks to the car. Charmaine is in the back seat. She averts her gaze when she sees him looking at her.
Is she okay?
Right now, no.
I'll miss you.
I am forbidden from hugging you, so it was nice to have you as my son. Goodbye forever. And do me a favor, when you reach New York, just text us and let us know that you reached safely, okay?
Kumail nods.
Dad, can I ask you something? When you and Mom went on your first date, what movie did you see?
Sata pe Sata.
Azmat hums a snippet of a song from the movie.
Her favorite song. Why are you asking?
Just curious.
Azmat nods and heads back to the car. He gets in and drives off. Kumail gets in the car with CJ and Mary, and they drive off. Exterior New York City night, weeks later. Shots of New York. Interior Union Hall, Brooklyn night. Kumail performs comedy in front of a room full of New York hipsters. He's killing it. CJ and Mary are there too. Kumail takes a sip of water.
So, the first time I came to America, I was 14 and I was just visiting my uncle in New York, and it just happened to be Thanksgiving. On my first day in America, my uncle took me to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and I was like, this is every day in America? As advertised, every day they have a party celebrating Garfield. No day has lived up to that day. So I was lying to my parents. I was telling them I was going to be a lawyer. And they're very disappointed because they wanted me to be a doctor. And you guys are like, why didn't you just tell them what you wanted to be? That you wanted to be a doctor. It's a lie anyway. And I'm like, well, it has to be believable. If I told them I wanted to be a doctor, they'd be like, bullshit. If I say lawyer, they're like, oh, okay, that's something. Because they're a strict hierarchy. Doctor, engineer, lawyer, hundreds of jobs, ISIS, and then comedian.
A very loud woo emanates from the crowd. Kumail looks back at the crowd to see Emily beaming up at him. He's taken aback.
I'm sorry, it's very rude to heckle comedians.
Oh, that wasn't a heckle. I just kind of woohooed you.
Well, let's see. That's a common misconception. Heckling doesn't have to be negative.
So if I was like, oh my gosh, you are amazing in bed, that would be a heckle?
Yeah, and now you're getting more laughs than me, and I don't like that. Do you want me to come up, do my job? Are you from out of town, ma'am?
Chicago.
Oh, Windy City. And what brings you to New York?
I'm here to see someone.
And have you seen him or her? I mean, I don't know what your deal is.
Yeah, I've seen him.
They smile at each other. The end. Yay!
Yay!
Hooray!
Encore.
Brava.
Bravo. Good job, everyone. Well, that was a quick read. They talked about quick
Seriously.
reads and scripts, and like that's like we even got a tiny bit of a late start, and that's like one of the fastest, quickest ones we've done.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
8:30.
I
Yeah.
know, right? We could be done by 9. It's crazy.
So, an example of how to write your scripts, possibly, but we'll talk more about that in a moment after we do the outros and everybody says who they are, what they're up to, and where you can find them. After you like, subscribe, and follow, and tell everybody. Okay, so we have Vicky Kumail Dykes.
Yay.
Hello, I'm Vicky Dykes. I'm from Central Alberta. If you would like to get a hold of me, you can find me on Facebook, Vicky Dykes, or on Instagram. I'm YogaGramma7. I like doing voices, and last week was 18 characters. This week was 1. They were both just as fun.
That's awesome.
That's a good movie. Enjoyed it. And yeah, the end was a surprise. And yeah, I had an inkling.
Where did you leave off when you were watching it to find out where the ending is in the script? Like, what did you see last of the movie?
He had just come in with the giraffe.
Okay.
All
right. That's a good breaking point to not know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And Petra Stedman.
Hi. Petra Stedman, currently findable on Twitter at Petra Stedman. I just got an Instagram. I know. Of all things to do, I went ahead with Petropedia 42 because
Petropedia.
yeah.
Are there really 41 other Petras? Petropedias?
No, I put 42 because, life, the answer to life, meaning, the universe.
yeah.
And everything, so.
Gotcha. Makes sense. All right,
Yeah.
everyone go to Petropedia 42.
Find me on Instagram. I have posted nothing. I don't even have a picture of a cat. I'm like the world's saddest baby Instagrammer, but I'll learn.
That's the answer to everything in the world.
I don't know what I need on there. I don't know. Teach me your ways.
But you've made yourself kind of like redundant, Petropedia and 42. Like that's
They're both the answers to everything in the universe.
Oh, well, thank you. I don't know everything. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Could have fooled us.
Really enough,
but
the answer to life, the meaning, and everything is actually incorrect. It's not actually 42. He was wrong, but he admitted it, and that's okay. So.
Spoilers.
I'm okay with that. That just means I don't know everything. That's a good thing. It's okay. It's okay.
Or that means you're not redundant now.
Yeah, more to learn. Next, you got to do a TikTok. You know what I mean? You did the big stuff.
Oh God, don't.
Or even just skip Instagram and do TikTok.
My girlfriend's trying to get me to do it. I'm like, oh.
I mean, you could just do your little facts. Fact of the day from Petropedia 42.
Yeah.
This is how you pronounce this word that everybody on Table Read Tuesday is mispronouncing.
Voice. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Every morning, our fact of the day is. Oh, that'd be fun. Okay, there we go.
Everybody
there we go.
like,
I've got
what
my
happened to number
hook.
41?
And 20 other people have started to do it now, and that's okay too. So go ahead.
That is okay. All right, we want to see yours. All right. So next week, Petra will most likely be here, and she'll give us her handle for TikTok. But stay tuned, subscribe, turn on notifications to make sure to be reminded of that. But for now, we'll continue with the outros. And Mary, Emily, Navi, Kajita, Nurse, Judy, Mara, Stu, and Angel.
Oh, me, hi.
Yeah, that's you. Hi.
So yes, tune in next week for Parasite and more answers.
For symbiotic, or a better way of saying that. How do we pronounce that, Petropedia? I know how to say it, I just said it wrong.
Symbiotic.
You have these words in your brain and you try and say them, they just don't always come out right. So, continue, Angel.
Sure. I am an Albertan displaced in LA. And I'm here for as long as they'll have me till I get kicked out. So
we're working on it.
Yeah,
I signed the petition. We'll have the petition to kick her out of LA in the description below.
He's tried very hard. Oh well.
No, not at all. She's more than welcome. We welcome her. We encourage her to come here and stay. So if you have LA jobs they can hire a Canadian for,
Oh yeah, actually.
She's already doing an adaptation of a book to a script and many other things. So what else? What are you doing? Where can they find you, Angelina? Angel.
Here. Find me here or Angel CDP on most things.
Okay.
Great. And Heather Lee Cameron.
Hi, my name is Heather Lee Cameron. I live in Southern Alberta, but I'm a dual citizen of Canada and the United States because my mom was born in Washington and she allowed me to get that as soon as I became an adult. I'm an actor, I'm a voice actor, I'm a writer, I'm a creative freelancer, and I'm currently a student in family history research for as long as I can be, for as long as I can afford to be. Anyway, I am currently looking for work and representation. I've got things, and I'm going to be updating my headshots next month. I've got a thing to do that arranged. Because I've lost some weight since I last did mine, so I need to update them. Anyway, you can find me on YouTube at The Storm and Latter-day Saint, and all my social media links are there. And you can also find my past experiences at Facebook at Heather Lee Freelancer. Yeah, and I am looking for work, and you can email me at heather.lee.cameron@gmail.com or just email me through one of the links available on my YouTube channel.
Yes.
I am looking for work and representation, awesome. So please reach out. Because I've got a little home studio, I've got a webcam, I've got a Blue Yeti Nano, and I'm willing to work hard. So thank you.
Yes, and thank you. All right, that's the cast. Anyone has to go, thank you so much. If you can stay and you want to talk about the movie, let's do that.
Let's do it.
So at the beginning of this thing, I said things that, a lot of the things they say that can't be done in screenwriting was done here, not only done here, but then nominated for an Oscar. And some of those things is they say, don't write about your life. Because every screenwriter is oh, I'm going to write about my story. I'm going to write about me coming out to California or this place and trying to be a writer. And the things I went through, and everybody's nobody cares about that. That's it. Everybody has their own story like that. And they say, don't do that.
What are you trying to tell me there, Mr. Jacob?
I was just saying what they say. I wasn't saying me. But
okay.
So, you're sorry about your life. Yeah, I don't think that's the scripts you've read that I read, unless you've died and spoilers.
Right.
But so they say not to do that, and then they also say that it's very, very, very unlikely for you to get the first script you wrote made. And here's evidence of both of those happening. So if anybody tells you not to do this, this isn't the way it's done, this doesn't normally happen when it's just, mostly that's probably good advice and you should follow it. But that doesn't mean if you have this real passion, it's idea, you believe in it, to not go for it. So
not to mention it is kind of an incredible story. Yeah,
that's
okay.
The exception.
Yes, you write something that has absolutely nothing to do with you, or you write something that in all reality, no one's going to care about. That's one thing. That's probably really good advice. But I don't think anybody really has a story like this. It's you watch it,
what
you
about
read
my
it,
big fat Greek wedding?
No, but that's my point. It's that was, number one, that was funny. And also based on a stand-up comedy routine. And she was seen by somebody who, kind of plucked her out of obscurity and was you had Rita Wilson telling her husband, hey, back this girl. And they made a movie out of it, and it's this huge smash. It was the 4 Weddings and a Funeral effect.
You guys see Petropedia right here? Someone just mentioned the movie, and she automatically knows all these facts. I've seen the movie, but I don't know all that.
And there's a movie that's got Chris Pine in it, and he's blind in this movie, and he ends up dating an Indian girl who's in an arranged marriage with somebody else. But yeah.
Which one?
Scandalous. Just kidding.
I will look it up right now. I can't remember, but I've seen a trailer for it.
Okay. But you were saying, Petra, as I interrupted you, that
I don't know. Just I mean, I think that's probably generally very good advice, because in a lot of the cases, what's interesting to you is not interesting to anyone else. It's very much that things that I and I alone find fascinating, nobody else cares about. And that's why you probably shouldn't normally write a script based on your life or your experiences unless you have an experience like this.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's
if you
funny.
have something that happened to you that is so unusual and so, I mean, this thing's like kind of multifaceted. It's like it's comedic and it's heartwarming and it's sad and it's cultural and it's
Yeah.
cross-cultural and it's like touching in various points of stuff. And it's like,
Mm.
and on top of all that, it's a love story and
Mhm.
it's a true story and it's
Yeah.
20 other layered things. And it's like, I mean, even if all you walk out of here is wanting to know how to make lamb biryani, which is very good, by the way, and everybody should make it at least once in their life as long as you like lamb.
You don't give a space to get in there and say anything.
Oh, but the script,
So,
the movie I looked up, it's actually called Blind Dating, believe it or not.
Oh, cool.
I
Okay.
believe it. Makes sense. Angel, what did you want to say?
I don't remember.
Oh, well, when you do, go ahead and put your hand like this, like I have something to say, and then hopefully we'll like recognize
Yeah,
that hand.
And,
Oh, but no, it is. It has all of those facets that you've said, and very real, very authentic. And I had no idea that it was a true story until Jacob mentioned something the other day.
And on those, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, just that.
Thought that was a break. On that note, yes, it's a true story. And they started with a true story, but they didn't stick to the truth saying, we have to say exactly how it happened. They're like, this isn't a documentary. This isn't, as they say in one of the interviews, Lincoln. So they, there's great interviews and videos out there to watch other videos on YouTube if you want to learn more about this. And they're very open and candid. So if you want to know about filmmaking process and writing and how long it takes and different revisions and their process, they have great, totally open and honest videos out there and you should watch them. One of them, they say like their first draft was about 160 pages and that was like completely accurate. And then they made a, what's it called? Like an outline of that. And from that, they kept reworking things. One big difference of the true life story, and a lot of it's still true life story, but one big difference from that in the movie is they never broke up. They stayed together. And then also at the end of the movie, after she came out of the coma, they got married in 3 months and moved to New York together. Like, so they were going to have that in the movie, but the other people were like, nah, that's not believable. But they're like, that's what really happened. But they're like, yeah, it feels too Hollywood.
His parents did not disown him. They were at the wedding. They like asked after her when they found out about her and everything like that. So it's like, I mean, they were there, they were supportive, but they had brought it up, they'd introduced it. It's like, you know, that's what he was so afraid of. And I think like kind of ultimately it's like, yeah, you kind of have to steer into the skid on that one. It's like you're going against so many stereotypes. You really kind of got to steer into one.
It was such a sweet, I just love that part though, where his dad's like, goodbye forever, my son. And text me when you get there.
well, didn't
Yes.
it happen that way in Fiddler
Mother.
on the Roof too? When Hava married the Russian, like Tevye pretended to disown her, but he was like, "And God be with you," or something like that.
On what?
Fiddler on the Roof.
Fiddler on the
I was
Roof.
in the
Oh,
play
I don't
back
know.
in 2002, and I've also seen the film, so I know exactly what happens in it.
Yeah, maybe he was inspired by that or something.
No, like when she ran off and get married behind her father's back, she begged her father to turn the other cheek like he did with her sisters because they had married Jews and she had married a Russian.
Okay.
But he couldn't, and so she was disowned. But as they were all expelled from Anatevka, he was like, "And God be with you," meaning he had never stopped loving her.
Gotcha.
And his mom made
You've never seen it, have you?
favorite.
That's disgraceful,
No.
Jacob.
No, I've seen it a few years ago, but you know what I mean.
And it's like the dad was like, and that's that the whole end scene with the dad and the son. It's like the way he acted. I'm never going to stop loving you, even if tradition demands I must cut you out of the family.
Or his wife, but
Sorry, that was a strange comment.
no, I see the parallel you're drawing of that in different movies. That's good. Vicky, you have any thoughts you want to share, say?
Just one thing. It's so rare to find a serious romantic comedy because it really was very serious, and yet it was funny all the way throughout, and the romance was always there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a really nice way of bringing it all
together like that, and the humor, but in a real way. He's just I think he's just got to be a naturally funny guy.
Yeah, well, he's a comedian, but they also they made it work. Like the thing you're talking about, Vicky, again, they go into these interviews. You guys should watch them. But I'm talking also to the audience, not just to you guys. But like that, like they had the relationship and they had them break up, and the people are like that. They did test screenings, and they're like, we don't believe this fight and this stuff, and then they tried other things and they're like, oh, it's not that they don't believe the fight, it's that we didn't make the relationship seem like it spanned enough time before it. And so like you're saying there, Vicky, like they built into that and they re-edited and made it better, and then it worked. So
I didn't know that was a thing that they said, or that people say not to write about your life. I thought that's the best thing to write about, because it's like it's so real. Like if you're having troubles coming up with something, then just think about your life.
Well, I think the go-to advice is write what you know, because you don't want to write something that you don't have some type of connection with, which makes it easier for you to create a connection with the people that are watching it or reading it. But you don't traditionally want to write about your life, because most people, by and large, their lives are boring. So it's write what you know, but not necessarily write about yourself.
Like
Well,
if you were
it really should be, because it's both.
I guess, Petra, I've already broken the rules because I've written essays involving my life event.
No, and that makes sense. There's a lot of
that's totally fine.
There's lots of places that it's appropriate, and you should. And even here's an example on this one. But like she's saying, like say you've been through a relationship and you've had your heart broken. Now you can do a story, a film about all this stuff going on. There's a relationship and the character gets their heart broken, because that's something you know. You're writing what you know. You're not writing specifically their name was Jonathan Williams and they had a mole right here, and you're describing someone from high school. It doesn't have to be what happened in your life, but you can imbue those feelings and the emotions and the experience you had with those other characters. They even did some of that in this movie. They like said like, hey, we think we want to change this, we're going to get this out. But then they thought like, what was our emotion that we were feeling at that time? What were we debating about? How did that make us feel? Okay, let's write a new scene that encompasses and keeps true to that. So that's all. Seems like there's other conversations going on in the DMs.
No, sorry, I'm just typing something that.
Not that many.
Sorry if I seem like I'm interrupting on this one. Other thoughts?
You have a thought, you should express it. So it's good.
Yes.
Angel.
Sorry. Sorry. I like slowed the train of thought over there. That was my fault.
Oh, good. It's all of us. We're all a team.
Fine. Like, do you have to us in, or any other? Did any of the thoughts that I didn't mean to derail your trains of thought?
No,
I'm sorry.
That's my own thing.
Did any of them come back online, or were you able to remember any of them?
Some. Look, start talking again, and I'll remember.
Okay. Again, there's the write what you know, and people can write about space and aliens, even though they've never been to space and aliens, but they might imbue the fears that people have of things that are unknown or excitement. Or something.
And then it's just like to make it, I guess, you think about your emotions that you've gone through and experiences that you've had that maybe aren't the same, but could relate.
Yeah.
So if you lost your alien friend, maybe.
Not E.T.
Yeah.
Oh, have you guys seen the casting video of Steven Spielberg and the kid who played Elliot in E.T.?
I've never seen.
I've not seen that audition tape.
Little guy.
Like that audition tape is again, you see the director, like it's phenomenal. I find the link, I'll try and put in the notes of this, but you have to watch that. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
like
but I've never even seen ET, so why would I go looking for audition tapes?
Even if you haven't seen,
you're not allowed to give us trouble for not seeing a movie ever again.
Even if you haven't seen ET, this is worth watching completely on its own.
Trust me, there are several that I still have not seen. Okay, they're on my list.
Like I literally don't have time.
No.
Technically, nobody has time. You just make time. You find time and go see a thing. Throw it on in the background. Or
I just literally watch Prime, and I watch other things to relax.
So You have the time, but you choose to do this. That's all of us. We all have the same amount of time. We choose to do this
that's
or
fine
that.
too. That is
And that
perfectly
is
valid.
fine. Do your choices and what you want with the time. No,
Exactly.
no judgment here. But this little video, it's still less than 2 minutes. It's worth the watch.
Oh, it's worth it.
If
Yeah.
you message me the link, I will watch it. How about that? There's your homework. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Message
So-
me the link and I will watch it.
Okay.
Seriously.
Yes.
Um,
And don't
yeah.
message me in here. Message it to me on Facebook because I'll forget about it in here.
So yeah, but
Hey,
a lot
when,
about the
when, they,
movie.
when they throw it in the DMs, I just like pull the link and stick it up in a new tab so I can watch it after.
Yeah,
this
but
one's
I
movie.
just will, I will honestly ignore it because I've got ADHD and I will ignore it here. I don't keep things from in here very often unless it's really important.
That's fair.
It's really important. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'll try and put it in the comments of this video and send you a link to that. But
Okay.
All right.
I really enjoyed this one. This was,
Yeah.
Same.
I saw it before, but I don't remember. I thought it was just sort of okay. I don't remember really liking it. Maybe I did and I just didn't remember. But the script and us reading it, I really enjoyed it.
It was very good.
I do have a quibble.
Yeah.
That's just a little quibble. I almost wish I could have played one of the family members
Oh.
of the girl in the coma because I know what it's like to be a family member of somebody in a coma. Because right before my dad died, he literally slipped into a coma a few days before he died. And I spent a lot of time just sitting with him and watching him be in the coma. So I kind of get what it's like. I actually kept a blog when he was sick. And I wrote in the blog about when he was sick. And I kind of, because, you know, people sometimes in comas do things, weird things. And I wrote down what he did in the coma. So I kind of have I kind of remember the emotions whenever I read the blog.
And that's great. And that's like what they're talking about with write what you know. Like you went through that thing, you could write a different story, not the exact story, but you can write another story of someone in a coma. Again, lots of times I say for writers, oh, you don't know what to write or this or that. Go live life, go have experiences. Because you mentioned right there, Heather, not that that's a thing you want to go through, but you mentioned details of what he did and what happened. And when you live life, then you learn and pick up on, notice these other details that come through your writing as true that you wouldn't have noticed if you didn't get out and live life and have those experiences. Because otherwise you're just rehashing what you've seen and stuff and what you've read and not new details that you've experienced.
Yeah.
What sorts of thing, if you're okay sharing it, because I know nothing about somebody being in a coma, if you're okay sharing.
Well, you know, like when people are in comas, they literally stay there in some time. Well, some of it's personal that I won't share on video, but I'll talk to you about it in Facebook. And
Okay.
it's a very interesting experience seeing someone in a coma. They really can't do anything. And they kind of, you know, sometimes they go like semi-conscious and I'll try and fight the sustaining measures. Like he didn't really want any. Sometimes they'll pull out the IV or whatever.
Like trying to wake up from really deep sleep or something.
Sometimes they'll actively try to fight death.
Wow.
And when they die, and I will share this, even though the girl didn't die, she could have. That day on October 26th, it was around, because he died at 5:15. I was literally bringing my mom dinner, and because I was, you know, in charge of like everything about the house. I was bringing my mom dinner. I had set the food on the table. I look over the bed and all of a sudden I see his breathing change. And I tell everybody his breathing's changing, and all of a sudden he goes slower and slower and slower and slower. And it just quit.
I'm sorry.
That must have been tough.
Well, I had driven there and I just literally, and my mom's friends were there with her because she was just there all the time. And I had to sit on the couch for half an hour and just cried for half an hour straight. And I had to get my head straight because I had to drive back home that same day and it was raining when I got up there.
Yeah, wow.
Honest to God, it was actually raining.
I-
That would make an interesting movie scene. It be raining after someone dies.
Yeah. Like lots of times they make that up in movies. In your case, it was real.
Mhm.
I remember being angry with sunlight after the death of it's maybe not the same, but it was my dog when I was when I was 18, my dog died, and it was a beautiful sunny day, and I was so angry that the sun was still shining. I wanted it to cry too. I wanted the rain.
Did you see your dog die, or did it die like by itself? Oh, you saw it die, so you get it. Because I think the dog, like before Frodo's big sister from a different breed or whatever, she was on the side of the highway, and my dad's boss found it, and my dad just brought this dog home. Like on one Mother's Day weekend, I was alone with this dog and Frodo's brother, and we were all chilling, and all of a sudden this older dog all of a sudden screams out loud, just screams, pees itself, and then flips over dead in front of me.
Wow.
And I'm freaking out and screaming, and I'm carrying this dead thing all over the house, and I finally put it outside on the lawn chair because I don't know what to do with it. Yeah, and I'm sorry. Oh my God, I'm getting morbid, and we're scaring our viewers.
All 12 of them. Anyway. I mean, seriously, let's be totally fair. There's like 10 live streamers. It's okay. We love you that you guys are here. We appreciate anybody who like clicks on a link. At some point, we're gonna get to triple digits on a watch. We're gonna get to triple digits on a watch, guys, one day.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you're saying Instagram.
They don't mind. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Instagram, you're posting for like 24 hours, but on YouTube, it's for years. People might find this script read years from now.
Oh my God, Petra, well,
It's okay.
to come up here so I can take you to dinner sometime. You too, Jacob. Oh my gosh.
Well, you guys talked about going to Sundance. There you go. You guys can go to dinner in Sundance.
Yes, we should.
I don't know if you can cook when you're at Sundance. I probably wouldn't have the energy after watching movies for like 18 hours a day. But at some point, if I am ever like around any of y'all, I will cook. I will happily cook for you guys.
It wouldn't even have to be cooked. You guys can go have someone else
cook. Just go hang out in Salt Lake
you.
City and eat expensive food.
Oh yeah, no, that's her and I insult it. I probably won't have the energy to cook, but if I ever see any of y'all, it's like, just bear in mind, I will happily take over your kitchen and like just make you something. So
anyway, I apologize for all the talk about
welcome
death.
to come over to mine.
No apologies. No apologies. Thank you for sharing.
When I'm there, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can share.
Like, I'm grateful that the girl in the thing didn't die, but
yeah.
I definitely had planned to discuss this tonight, so I was prepared for it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and when I was first, I don't know if it was when I was reading the script or watching the movie, like it felt random at the moment. Like, okay, they're in the store and they're shopping, and then all of a sudden, oh, she hurt her leg, and then they make no big deal about it. It's like, that feels weird. That feels like a random place to put that just to interrupt this other thing. But then you find out later that was key. The fact that he saw that happened, and that he mentioned that to the doctors, that's what gave them the clue they needed to figure out what was wrong and to help her. Just that little thing.
I mean, and stuff like that, where it's like, it's just unusual enough to not be something they would have gone looking for without some type of tip off, because it's like, I mean, yeah, they would be checking, making sure like her foot's not like, dying of necrosis or something, but they may or may not notice the swelling. They may or may not think it's whatever. And it's just something so simple, but it's like, it almost scares me, because it's like, there's so much that's unknown, and it's like, yeah, people know stuff out there, but it scares me. It's like, they know where to look, they know how to fix it if they know what it is. And if they think they're wrong, or they're wrong too many times in a row, there's nothing left to fix after a while.
Especially
and that's what,
more rare like that. Yeah.
Do you know what was, I actually can I add on to your comments, Petra? I will talk about my dad some more. We didn't get along in life because of his issues, but I will, it just made me think of how he ended up getting diagnosed in the first place. He had actually weed whipped his leg, like he hurt it with a weed whacker.
Ow.
And he had to go to the emergency room for that. And when he was there, the doctor noticed that his legs were swollen. And then he decided to do more tests. And then it was in the tests that they found that he had the cancer. And what was weird, because he had always been an alcoholic and he had tried to go to rehab, he only lasted about a week. And then he said, F this, come and get me out of here, to my mom. And they had done blood tests before, but they didn't catch the cancer before it didn't come up. Which is weird. It should have.
Yeah, it depends on the test. Lots of times they only check for certain
Yeah.
things sometimes.
Anyway, the test with the weed whacking thing came up with the cancer, and that's how they found out. Like I've written all these experiences down, and I should make a script of it. I mean, maybe you guys would read it. I don't know.
Yeah.
If anything, if nothing else, it's cathartic and helps to make some sense of it, even if there's no sense to be made.
Well, I think if I brought it here, you guys would read it. I mean, screw
yeah.
if my family approves of it or not. It's my writing.
Yeah. I mean, it
like
was your experience too. So
And kind of like this movie, it was their life experience, but so many people can get so much out of it as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it had been a couple of years from the time that they met and this happened to the time that he started writing the script, but it's like he was able to lock into like those emotions. It's like you stop and think for a second. It's like you're almost back there, like mentally, which is kind of crazy.
Well, when you're the caregiver of the caregiver and a caregiver of the dying, you don't forget that stuff.
Right.
And they wrote it for like over 3 years is how long they were writing the script and changing the outline and rewriting the script. And then for about a year, it was in development and reworking it with the director, then reworking it with the actors, and then they filmed it.
And then like I think it premiered at Sundance, and I think they got like a really like impressively high deal, one of the highest deals to come out of Sundance at the time.
Wow.
And it's just which I find kind of crazy. It's like there's stuff that ends up on the scripts that ends up on the blacklist or that like premiere at film festivals and then like they never go anywhere, and then you have this one and it's like I think people probably needed to see it definitely at the time, and maybe probably need to see it again.
I honestly wish I could write it and have the resources to film it. I'd direct the damn thing myself if I could.
Well, how did he get the resources and everything? Do you know that story?
Yeah, hold on. There's a thing on here.
Coming to save the day, it's Petropedia!
I feel we should really have. We really
Anyway,
should
okay,
have
so
a little tiny. You need a small. Sorry, I just gonna say this first.
Yeah,
you need a little web series, the Petropedia web series. You really do. And people can write in and be like, Petra, I don't know what to do. I don't know this thing. And you'll be like,
got it. 5 to 10 minute videos of me just like reading questions off the it's like, hey, here's my thing.
Oh my God. Angelina, it would be like the quail man that was in Doug.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that.
Not quite to the rescue, but yes, the mighty power of the quail.
Whatever.
Hopefully can I wear my underpants on the inside of my clothes though, because it's a bit of a weird look. It's a bit of a weird look.
Only on Wednesdays.
Gotta be on the outside.
Well, no, because on Wednesdays
they can be clean.
So
They can be clean, but on the outside.
Okay, but yeah, okay. So while searching for funding, the producers submitted the script to a variety of potential studios, but within 3 hours of it hitting their submission table, Film Nation made an offer to fund the entire movie filming with no strings attached. And then when it went to Sundance, it started a bidding war between Sony, Focus, Amazon, and Netflix for distribution. And they wanted it to have theatrical distribution, which knocked Netflix out since they weren't a proponent at that point. And they were eventually bought by Amazon for $12 million, which is one of the largest deals in Sundance history. So that's how they got it produced and out. So, but yeah, it's one of those things. It's like it connected with somebody on like one of those visceral levels. It literally hit their submission thing, something pinged in it, somebody read it, and Film Nation was like, here's the money to make your movie, no strings attached. They only wanted like a credit. And I'm like, that's crazy. They didn't want
crazy
to stick their fingers in it or anything. I'm like, that's kind of nuts. That's one of those unicorn stories. You really want that to like be your experience, but at the same time, it's like, what are the odds?
Odds are
this is definitely a rare one.
Extremely rare, most likely not to happen, but this shows it can happen.
Yeah, that's very cool. I would still rather place my bets on something like this than on a lottery ticket. So
definitely. Oh yeah, no. I mean, if nothing else, this potentially could get you more than a lottery ticket could get you, especially if like a bunch of other people win. But also, I don't know, being part of a story, getting to, especially if it's one that you wrote or created or got to help direct or something like that, being in any way a part of the process of making something like this, I think is already kind of a really fantastic experience that I would, personally love to have someday, whatever part of that it takes on. I don't know. I just getting to point to yourself and go, look, there I am in a thing, and getting to say that like I was a part of this, and having anybody look at something that you wrote or produced or were in and be like, this connected with me, like something in this resonated in here. I'm getting emotional and I'm very sorry about that.
Apologize, emotionally welcomed here.
It's a really cool, it's one of those things to aspire to, but it's something that I hope for one of these days, is just to be a part of that in some way.
I think you will.
Whether it's something I write or something I'm reading, or just doing crazy things with my face, whatever it is, I would like to be a part of it, and hopefully have somebody come up and go, when you said this, when you wrote this, when I read this, it got me. Something about it, just I recognize that, like I see that, I felt seen in that moment. And I'm just like, it's a deep responsibility, and like I said, not everybody gets it, but it's I think if you can, it's a very, that's definitely like way better than a lotto ticket. Definitely. So yeah.
So I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm just gonna say something because I'm willing to do it. I didn't talk with Jacob about it or anything, but I think the regulars who have written a script, I think we can find a way to do a table read Tuesday or table read Saturday or whatever, to read through the script so you guys can experience what I got to experience when you read mine. I think it's such a valuable experience. And if you guys are putting in the time and you've given so much to Table Read Tuesday, I think it's something that would be nice to give back.
And I have an idea specifically for yours, Angelina, and I was going to mention it offline, but like Petra said,
now that I've said this,
viewers, if there's 12 people here and they make it this long,
I know.
Welcome.
We appreciate you, whether you're here or not. Anybody who stays to the end, thank you for being here at all.
All right. So on the screenwriting Facebook group, there's a guy who wrote a script. He wrote a screenplay, trying to get it made, trying to do this, nothing happened with it. Nothing happening with it. There's this new AI software called Midjourney. So he goes into Midjourney and you can type in these words and then it can come up with these amazing visuals that are like mind blowing and they look awesome. And so he types into Midjourney stuff about his script. And he basically turns his script into a graphic novel and then kind of became like a best-selling book. So the script that he couldn't sell, couldn't get made, couldn't get people to look at, couldn't this. Now he did extra work, typing in all these imageries and different things to Midjourney, got ones he likes, put it all together. So that's a lot of time. That's a lot of work. But he did that, put it out there, and now it is being seen. It is being bought. It is being read. He's making money off it. And now because of that popularity, maybe then it can be turned into a movie.
Yeah.
So
it's called Midjourney?
Yeah, they have other ones out there too, Dolly 2, this, that one. But Midjourney.
What's
Midjourney
the software called that he used?
Midjourney.
What is called? Okay.
And I mentioned that especially for you, Angel, again, to everyone else, but for the mural. Like that mural, that one has more crazy visuals than a lot of people's.
It does, and it'd be so expensive to make.
But that's why this would be perfect for it.
That would.
You can get your directorial, your vision, your style kind of out there in this amazing quality for super affordable. And then
it'd be so neat to see.
Yeah. So that is another avenue to try and bring your scripts to life and make. Now, eventually, again, you guys, most of you haven't heard of that. Like I'm in the visual effects industry, so we all heard about this. We all know about it. People are posting things, but the general public hasn't heard about this. And these visuals are stunning. So when the general public see this, they're amazed. And eventually this is going to become more mainstream. I think there's going to be commercials with it. There's going to be music videos, other books and stuff with it. And then it'll become like, all right, this is just another style or genre or something.
Yeah.
But for now, if you get on the forefront of this, it's new. Something can happen with it. So.
So you 12 people who are watching, you are in on some very important top secret stuff.
Wow. So the edge of technology, the future. Yeah. So if you guys have other scripts that are very visual, maybe more than just people talking in a room. If it's talking in a room, find a budget, find someone to donate, make that yourself.
And just do it,
if it's like what dreams may come, this is a valuable tool.
Yeah, I wanted to say, Heather, if you get your script ready and you do your table read and it's all like, I think if it's not, like what Jacob just said, if it's not crazy visuals that are too hard, that are really expensive, just
there's people out there who will want to help you.
Mm-hmm.
There's people who, especially in Alberta, and get in touch. Get in touch with CAMP. It's called Central Alberta Media Productions. You don't have to be Central Media. You don't have to be Central Alberta. You're a part of it too, Vicky, right? Central Alberta Media Productions. Okay, so join that, Heather. They're putting on educational. They're getting people in to talk. And educate the rest of us. And it's a great bunch of networking. There's people there who are starting to grow their own productions. And it's people who love doing this and they want to help each other out because they want to create.
Think you invited me.
Okay.
So and hopefully
and join.
And hopefully when your script is done, Heather, then you can maybe get grants for being in Canada film thing, or a grant for different things unique to you. There might be grants for that. So once the script is done, that's the first step, and then maybe you could get grants that way. But another thing, I just watched a video earlier today from Tarantino for Reservoir Dogs. He was planning on writing a script to sell a script to have the money to make that. And he wanted $30,000 and he was going to make it on his own. But he didn't meet this producer, and the guy's like, let me go and take it around. And he's like, no, I've been trying to get this made and get money for this. This is Tarantino in his script. He had a hard time when he was starting out trying to get money and trying to get his movies made. So he's like, I'm going to do $30,000 myself, 16 millimeter, 8 millimeter, whatever, on black and white, so I can make it. I'm going to find a way to make it that way. Fortunately, had one producer, a guy that believed him. He's like, give me 2 months. If I can't get it in 60 days, then you can go make your thing. And he was able to get more money, and they made it.
Cool.
But,
nice.
Yeah.
And Heather, look into Story Hive.
Mm-hmm.
They particularly like new filmmakers. They also really like anyone who has extra challenges, whether that be through being a minority or with having neurodivergence.
Mm-hmm.
They like to be able to help people to get started in the film industry.
Was there another one I've heard you say before, Angel, like Telluride, or is that something different?
Story Hive. It's Story Hive.
There's no Telluride one as well?
There's
Telluride is a city in Colorado with the film festival and
Okay. I'm getting my cords crossed.
but Telefilm Canada, I don't know much about that though. I know Story Hive, but yeah, Telefilm Canada is also something, but I don't know much about it.
All right.
Yeah, I'll look into it.
Yeah. So if you've got the dream, and I see it every week, we see it.
Got the dream.
And they will come.
We'll say one tiny.
Where
I know we gotta cycle out, but one tiny little thing, because honestly, the reason I know, Heather, you said you would have liked to have been one of Emily's family members. I would have fought you for Beth. Honestly, she was probably my favorite character in the story. I mean, the movie was really good anyway, but she was probably my favorite character, and they got Holly Hunter to play her, and she brought kind of two interesting aspects to filming, aside from being Holly Hunter and having one of the most recognizable voices ever. I didn't even attempt it. I was like, there's no way. But no, there were a couple things. One, anytime she was on a set, she would rearrange things. I'm like, that's such a mom thing to do.
Yeah.
And then when she was cast and she and Zoe were meeting for filming and we're hashing out stuff about their character before filming, she gave her a necklace, and it's the little gold one that she wears in the movie, and it's actually because she thought it would be kind of a good symbol of mother-daughter relationships if they wore the same necklace. So if you watch throughout the movie, they're actually wearing the necklace that Emily wears. You later see Beth wearing it, and I was like, I love that was a little thing. I was like, that's really cool. So it's one of my favorite pieces of trivia. It's I already like Holly Hunter anyway, and I'm like, and then I love what she brought to the role. You totally buy her as Zoe's mom. Although Emily Gordon has gone on the record saying her parents are nothing like that. I'm like, okay, to be fair, I don't think anybody's mom is Holly Hunter, and that's fine. But it's having your mom be Holly Hunter in a movie, it's pretty darn cool. So
yeah, she said, her dad has a catchphrase, and she's like, I don't want in the movie because that catchphrase is him and for him.
Yeah.
And then her husband's like, and I don't think it would work either because her father's very Southern, strong accent and stuff. And Ray Romano definitely doesn't have that. So
he's very Yonkers, but I think that's also the reference, the whole New York accent and stuff, which I thought was cool.
Anyway, this was a good read, I think. I trust that I was cast in the roles that I was meant to be cast in, and I thank you for giving me roles.
And if we had known that fact about you, which we didn't, then could have went that way. Or if you knew the movie before, could have mentioned that and tried to incorporate some of
Yeah,
that.
I was busy this weekend
Oh
fulfilling
yeah,
other
no blame.
responsibilities, so I couldn't make them real.
Yeah. Oh no, not expecting to make it real, but
Yeah.
just didn't know your connection with someone in a coma and stuff, or that desire.
Yeah.
Till after.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
So next
Now
time we
I
do
want to
the
write a
same
script
script.
about it. Now I want to write a
Yeah.
script about it. I've been trying to badger more information out of my mom about it, but she's really not going to give me any, so I'll just have to write on my own experiences about it.
And it doesn't even have to follow the exact truth. It's the spirit of it that, right? So
Mhm.
you can take your experience and then take your artistic liberties. The stuff that you don't know, you get to fill it in.
Yes.
It might have curse words because I do know he used a lot of curse
Okay.
words.
Yeah, like
That's
we said
okay,
before,
too.
true to the character.
Yeah.
And again, and yours can be, Power Rangers on a Star Trek ship, and one of them
No, that would
in a
not
coma.
be the spirit of the character. It
they're
might
in a
be.
coma on the thing, and they care about them.
It might involve watching Star Trek because that's something we did a lot together when I was, sitting with him as a caregiver. We
Well,
also
I will say-
watched Cobb.
Going back to the humor aspect, which a lot of people have commented on, even when the movie gets serious and stuff like that, that was actually something that they felt was kind of the central theme. No matter how bad things get, you got to have humor. And I'm like, that's a good philosophy to try and look at for life. So I'm like, yes, it's good.
And people
Those final thoughts.
people deal with grief differently. You say final thoughts. I don't believe you unless we stop right now. But I'm just kidding. People deal with grief in different ways too. Lots of people deal with it with humor, and then other people feel like almost judge them, like that's wrong. How are they smiling right now or laughing or making a joke or whatever? But that's how they deal
Laugh
with
to keep from crying, dude. That's how you deal with it. Now, granted, that's how they deal with it, and how you deal with it may be different, and how somebody else deals with it is to sit in the corner and not talk for 3 days, and that's their process, and that's fine.
Well, like I ended up spreading my ashes alone because my family was just, they were still healing from the negative impact he had on all our lives. Right before I spread the ashes, I sat on the hill overlooking the beach where I was going to spread the ashes, and I made a little goodbye video that I found recently. So,
Oh, that's what it was. Okay, because I read that.
yeah, it was a little goodbye video I made for him, and I cried, and it was very emotional.
I didn't realize it was after he had passed. Huh.
Yeah, that was. I spoke to the box of ashes.
I don't think it matters how wonderful or terrible a parent is. It's gonna be hard to
It's a
lose.
parent.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, don't cry, Jacob. Oh my God.
Right.
Come here. Just come here.
I'm okay. And but again, want to be inclusive. Vicky, you're always great and patient and listening. I want to make sure if you have anything you want to say that we have space for it. All right. Cool. But yeah, like you guys all said, it's a good read. It was a quick read, and that's probably why the other people were so easy to want to put their money into it, because it was a good story. It was well written. It had, like you said, the emotion there, the seriousness, the humor, all there.
The realness, like even the dad saying something about got 2 pairs of socks on. Are you cold? Got 2 pairs of socks on. Like it's just such a little simple thing, but it was like, oh, I like that.
That's the detail. Yeah.
Sure that happened, and he's like, "Ooh, I like that. I'm gonna write that down," or whatever. But if he came up with it, very good.
Yeah, or if she always heard her dad say that, or someone's heard someone else. Yeah. That feels real because that's so specific and unique. You're like,
it is.
Yeah.
It's got heart.
It does.
Which I think even when people are going for like the emotional sucker punch a lot, I've noticed it doesn't always. It sometimes almost feels hollow. It's like it's you're trying to take a sledgehammer to me, and I get it, and that's fine. But it's like this had genuine heart and emotion. And I think maybe it's just because it was coming from a place that was real, but it's like this really feels real. It's got heart. It's like,
yeah,
can't really say
people who have never been through the experience can, through storytelling, empathy, can feel some of it, but those who have, when they see just the hospital room or the different things, they'll really feel it. All right. Anything else you guys want to say?
It was lovely.
There's a lot I could say, but I'd rather
Yeah.
type it than speak it over.
Okay, we'll do that later over
It
DMs.
was not, it was not generic at all.
Yeah,
I think that's
no.
the thing that makes something special is when you can have those touches that are so unique and specific.
And another thing from this movie that they pointed out in one of their interviews that you should watch is that they made everyone talked about, oh, act one's on this time, act two is this, the break. They have all these points of when acts and things should happen. And he said, like, our act one is super long, much longer than most other movies, act one. And he's like, because she's basically not in the movie for the whole middle, we had to make that act one stronger so that relationship is there to hold through the act two. So that's why, so they had to break convention because that's what works for this movie and this story.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I do love that she frequently, Zoe Kazan, mostly because she's also, I mean, she's an amazing writer and stuff and actress on her own. She's done a lot of projects, but like because she was in the middle of so much other stuff, half the time when she fell asleep, she kept ruining takes when she was in the hospital bed because she'd actually fall asleep and then wake up in the middle of like this dramatic speech or this moment going on film. I'm like, oh, I love that.
That would be me. I can fall asleep.
I love when people get so tired.
Yeah, that would be
No,
me.
what was that?
I'm just saying that would be me. If I had that role, I would literally sleep and then I'd mess up the audio. You might hear snoring or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard of someone doing a short film and somebody was supposed to just be pretending to be dead in a chair and then started snoring.
They're alive! It's a miracle!
I read of an interview where that happened in the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. The Weasley twin that died, he literally fell asleep while he was pretending to have been killed.
He got better. He'll sleep it off. It's fine.
He's asleep in death.
It's just death. It's fine. Sleep it off. Wake up in the morning. You'll feel like $1 million.
So next week we're reading Parasite.
Oh Lord.
What's that mean, Petra?
Oh no, just like on the one hand, it's I did not see it. I know about it. I did not see it.
I thought
it was one of those. I couldn't find anybody to watch it with me, and it's one of those movies that I don't think you really want to see by yourself. I mean, maybe you do, but I know about it, and I'm perfectly familiar with, like, you know, the scriptwriter and the director, and I think it's amazing that, you know, she won and stuff like that, and I love that, you know, everybody who had an issue with that for the wrong reason, I yay, you know, yes, I'm so happy that people like that had a bad day when that happened. But no, I mean, I don't know that much. I know about it. I don't know that much about it. So it's just like, okay.
For this experience, if you're going to be here next week, or do you plan on watching it first, or you're like, this one I'm going to read first before watching? Like, which one are you going to do?
I think it's probably going to be like the Greatest Showman thing. I think reading it is, but I had definitely less desire to see Greatest Showman prior to reading the script than I did to watch Parasite. So we'll see. I don't know if I have time in the next couple of very full days to watch it. We'll see. But if not, I'm totally down watching it afterwards. If I like the comparison. If it's something I've read before, great. And if not, that's fine. So.
And with this movie,
what is it about?
Parasite? It's a dual layered story about a family in Korea.
What did people have a problem with it?
Oh, well, one, that it was like a non-English film that won Best Picture, and it was like directed by a female and a non-American female, and it's like I'm not even kidding.
So
the drama surrounding like her win and the script win, and like I don't remember if it won for Best Screenplay, but it took Best Picture, and there were people losing their tiny minds.
Oh my gosh.
And it's just like, anytime somebody like that has a bad day, I'm just like, you know what? I'm happy that you're having in that. I don't like the Schadenfreude of how that sounds, but it's like in those moments, I'm glad that somebody like that had a bad day.
Yeah, but I think he's male who like wrote it and directed it, Bong Joon-ho or whatever.
Oh yeah, okay. You know what? You might be. I may be thinking
all the other.
It's related to that. It is related to that. But yeah, it's not that. But yeah, no, just well, especially the people who had an issue because it's like it's a non-English.
Everybody has issues with everything that's non-English. They don't like diversity. Well, screw that.
Or
Exactly. No, and people that had an issue with it because it was a non-English. It's like, I'm sorry,
Like like people and like Asian fear and Asian hate has increased since COVID. And I think it's BS. I mean, diversity is cool. Everybody who hates diversity can go jump in the lake.
Yes, exactly.
And a very, very cold one.
Yes.
Like I've literally got Scotch and Irish and whatever else. Like people hate the Irish and the Scotch too. I mean, screw people who hate diversity. Honestly, screw the haters. Diversity's cool.
And if you don't jump in a lake, may you step in a puddle and may your sock get wet.
Or may you fall through the ice in the wintertime and may your brain loosen up and may you stop hating.
No, that moments like that, people like that, I just if they refuse.
Hey, you know what? Haters can fall through the ice. They can fall through the ice and cool off.
Just hip deep. You don't want them to, we're not trying to kill people here because
They
otherwise
won't die if they fall through the ice.
Kill people, they don't learn, Heather. That's the problem.
It's this much of a puddle. That's it.
Yeah, they're not going to be hurt.
But may they step in a puddle. May be very cold.
They're not going to hurt. Like not on a minus 40 degree, but just on a mild day. They're not going to hurt. They're just going to get very cold and cool off. Their prejudice will cool off with them and they'll be chill.
Okay, that's fair.
I did take a look at the script itself and the one we're going to read. And though we would prefer to have more diversity here, we'd prefer to have more people in our cast that Korean and different ethnicities, like we don't. And the script is written in English, so we can read it. Because I did think maybe it's written in Korean and only access to that.
Like those moments in Urdu or like Italian or something. It's like, I like that there's usually the translation of what it is underneath it. So that, which does help if you don't speak the language and can't pronounce the
do you want me to hook you up with, do you want me to connect you with my Asian cousins? Because I have Asian cousins and maybe
if they were interested in reading and they'd like to be here, tell them. But
I watch a lot of A-drama, so this will be interesting.
But like you were saying, Petra, like reading the script we did today, The Big Sick, that was a good example for screenwriters to see, like, how do you write something that's in a different language? They just put the parenthetical and they said in Urdu, and then they said it there in English. And that's the example of how to do it for English-speaking producers and Hollywood stuff.
Well, there's a...
What is that noise? What is going on?
I don't know. There's a sequence in my my script right now where they have a the parent of my one of my characters calls, and they're Italian. So her mother, partially just being the way that she is, will only speak to her when she'll only speak to her in Italian, and the daughter goes along with it for a while. But when she's done with the conversation, she switches to English. So I thought that was kind of fun. But I have the what they're saying. I may or may not subtitle it. We'll see. But I did find it kind of cute that, like, so there's this conversation and like when she's done, she switches to English, and like that's the signal. Okay, I'm done talking for right now. It's like I kind of like that. So.
Next week we'll read this Korean film that has a lot to do with classism and people that are different financial levels in life, which can be in a lot of different ethnicities and nationalities all around the world can relate to. And this one also breaks a lot of different conventions or what you're used to in scripts. So come back next week for that.
Yes.
So thank you all for being here. You know what I mean? I hope none of you get big sick and you all stay big healthy. And
yeah, I'm already kind of halfway down, but whatever.
Well, I hope you don't go another halfway down from there. So happy to keep, I don't know, stay as healthy as we can, everyone out there.
Yes.
And all right, see you guys next week. Thank you all. This was amazing. You're all amazing.
Take care, be safe, be well. We love you.
Weird.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.